So, let us begin. After the last emission, you guys have returned to Narendra Station. Jace has been called away for a briefing and a conference. And in the meantime, you are given orders to ship out. You're not told exactly what you do. You're just supposed to leave the station. And the captain will get a message from, like, once you're about a light year out of the system, the captain gets a message from the admiral, who pops up. Captain Secure?
Admiral.
The mission I'm about to tell you is of the utmost importance and is classified top secret. You are not to speak with this to anyone until you arrive at your destination.
Very well, sir.
I have to ask, how much do you know about the Quantum Torpedo program?
I am not familiar with the Quantum Torpedo program, no.
Some of our early prototypes are starting to come off the line right now, but we have a new design, possibly tripling the yield of typical quantum torpedoes. And you and your crew are tasked to oversee the testing of this new quantum torpedo. You are to...
Admiral.
Yes.
Sorry. Proceed. My apologies. I was just inquisitive.
You are tasked to arrive at the following coordinates within the next couple of days. You had a question?
Yes, Admiral. Are you intending for the Vasquez to be the ship to test these missiles? Or are we escorting another ship?
You will be a part of the testing program, but you will be escorting ships.
Very well. We shall do as told. Is there anything else, Admiral?
That is all for now.
Very well. Secure out.
All right. With that, we'll do the captain's log.
Captain's log. We have just received orders to head to the Takara system, a remote system in the Shackleton Expanse. This mission is delicate enough to be classified as top secret, command eyes only. What I can say is, we are to meet with Dr. Jabren. He is the lead scientist we will be working with. Our orders are to help supervise the field test of a new, improved quantum torpedo that Jabren and his team are currently developing. Starfleet intelligence has concerns that, with the Romulan border less than 20 light years from Takara, they may know about and intend to steal the device. The crew is expected to be on alert and to provide whatever security measures are needed to ensure no one gains access to the potential weapon, especially the Romulans. It can't be stressed enough that the Federation doesn't want them to have access to something that could conceivably affect the balance of power in the quadrant.
All right. So, you're on your way to Takara, and I'm having some trouble with Roll20 here. You guys head towards the Takara system. You guys are in transit, and when you arrive, see, get the Roll20 error again. When you arrive, you're hailed by Dr. Jabren himself.
On screen.
Pops up. So the Karans are kind of green-skinned. They have a kind of like more definition on their rigid their forehead and their nose, kind of their mouth. They have little like darker green spots along their faces. They're very tall, broad-shouldered, very proud. They stand very up, very like stand up straight, and they're very well known for their scientific prowess. Mm-hmm. When you arrive, he hails you, and he says, Captain Sakir, I assume.
Yes.
Good.
Dr. Jabret, I assume.
Yes. I am waiting for an away team to come down to handle our object, our experiment.
That is good news. We are preparing an away team just this minute to send down to retrieve the package.
Excellent. First, I need you and your crew to help me with a simulation for the package.
A simulation?
One last round before we do an active test.
Very well. How will this simulation be conducted?
We have holosuites down here.
Very well. Who will you require?
Your whole command crew.
That can be arranged. We shall be down in the next 20 minutes. Thank you, Cole.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
That's actually the dude. That's Jabril.
That's Dr. Jabril. Yeah. He's an actual character from a TNG episode.
Right.
Yeah.
Off-screen Cole. Trying to freak me out.
He must care.
Dr. Jabril out. Hangs up.
All right.
So, if it's up to you guys, if you guys want to request, if you want to accept his invite to come down and do the last rounds of tests.
Well, it is for a Starfleet. It is for the benefit of Starfleet, so I suppose we have to do it.
Okay.
Number 1, Dal, Chief, Terzi. We are all wanted down on the planet for these final tests.
Terzi's not here.
The replacement. It's what was her name again? Abaj. Jetsata. Jetsa is actually at Terzi's post and kind of looks up, and goes, "Do you want me to come with you, Captain? I mean, Terzi's not here."
Very well. My apologies. Muscle memory.
Excellent. Actually, sorry, I got to do it with how Meyer played her. Excellent.
She would extend her vowel sounds too a lot, so she like
Excellent.
Excellent.
The best part of that might have been Darja's laugh.
So, what are you guys taking on this away mission? Just standard away mission material?
Yeah.
Hand phasers, strike
a brand spanking new tricorder.
Yeah.
As the command crew,
it still has the foil on the screen. I'm keeping it on until I can use it for the first time, and then I can ceremoniously peel it off. And
have we been read in on what's going on?
It's up to
Have you been read in?
Yeah. As the command crew, I don't know what the level of classification was there. Basically, I need to know whether or not I'm sitting here like, what are we doing?
You'll find out soon enough, Chief. For now, we are to go down to the planet's surface and to assist with simulations for the package.
It's interesting he asked for the entire command crew.
Every word. Anyway.
I got my replacement thing on my phone.
There we go. Yeah, it should be up, by the way. I'm pulling it up right now, so it might be back up. It's just sluggish, so.
You need a D6, though, don't
I thought it was D22 initial roll.
2D20s.
D6. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the D6 is for any of the action dice.
All right. Before we go down, I do, however, tell Baj that it's command R's only, and she is one of my command officers, so she does get to know exactly what the skinny is. For now, nobody else knows, just in case it's part of the test.
I'm bringing a phaser.
Everyone should be bringing a phaser. You're in an away team. That's standard protocol. Is either type 1 or type 2 phasers.
Type 2.
Yeah.
Specifically, like type 2, like I don't know what's going on, and I've been burned twice already.
Literally, at least once.
Transporter team 5 to beam down.
Sarge is bringing a plate.
What about Nagata? No,
An
let's not
actual
bring him.
tactical frisbee I'll have,
It just so happens to look like a plate from the mess hall.
So you
I
guys,
believe for now we will leave Nagata behind.
okay. So you guys beam down to the planet, and you beam directly into the lab of Dr.
Oh yeah, I should say I have
Jabran.
a little case with all my Technobabble gadgets in it.
Yeah,
you have your dog with
also, like
Yeah, engineering it's
Artie?
He's not part of the command crew.
his own little like carry case. Do you have a little like? Does he like little backpack?
fanny
for
pack.
you? Yeah, he's a fanny pack. He turns into a fanny pack. He's a transforming dog.
but yeah, I've got like a toolkit as well, just in case.
Okay. As you beam down, like he doesn't even let you start talking. He immediately walks up and goes, "Good, you're here. Come with me."
Very well.
This
and
fucking guy.
And just leads you instantly into a holodeck. And you recognize this holodeck, and you come in, you see an exact recreation of the Vasquez Bridge.
I see.
This
This
feels
is
like
the-
home.
We might need the medical officer for this. I call up to the ship and I request Nagata to come down.
Okay. Sure, man. Yes, Captain. He beams down into the holodeck as well and goes, "Why was that beam to the bridge, man?"
Just
You
in
are in a
case.
simulation of the bridge,
Oh,
not the bridge.
thank you, Commander.
Being high.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you weren't feeling the vibes were slightly off.
Well, that's it was a little
Cole
weird.
pipes up. It's like, doctor, is this just the not Nagata, but the
Yeah.
other guy? Is this just the bridge, or can I go to my usual station?
He kind of steps out of the holodeck and then gestures. Holodeck 2, just down the way.
I'll be in
find-
engineering. Just walk out.
And then he also gestures for any of you who wish to go to your torpedo room, holodeck 3.
I heard that. What? If,
I will.
Okay.
I will go to the torpedo room, so I mosey on over to holodeck 3.
Yeah. Jetstar also is going to go with you.
Yeah,
Um,
I was
jet setter.
Yeah. So once you guys are all there, he kind of opens up a comm with all the crew, and he goes, "Attention, crew of the Vasquez. This is Dr. Jabran. You are about to participate in a highly classified test simulation of a new quantum torpedo.
Well, all right then.
This test is to be as accurate as possible. We need you at your stations. We will be firing a simulated torpedo at a unarmed and derelict freighter. Approximately, he says, like it's two zones away. So it's like the mid to long range of a torpedo.
I'm still having issues with Roll20, by the way, so I'll stick with my app here.
She's going to cover the security console, but also have the comms panel dialed in for her just in case. So she can cover Terzi's position.
Okay. Then he turns to the captain and says, "Captain, my specs were not entirely, Starfleet was not entirely up front about all of your statistics. There are some experimental drives and some details about shield harmonics that I wasn't able to get, as well as your full complement of torpedoes, weapon systems, that sort of thing. If you could please provide me with that information, it would help me with the simulation dramatically."
Very well. I basically, within the space of however long it would take,
Captain.
Number one, I understand. Within this space,
Should we
Yes.
not get permission from command to make sure that he is cleared to have those?
Well, yes. I mean, like, are you asking me this in front of him?
Yes.
I believe that I have this under control, number one. So I essentially just I don't tell him about the stealth drive. I just tell him about our torpedo complement, like he asked.
You don't tell him about the stealth drive?
No.
Do you tell him about the shield harmonics and everything else like that?
Shield harmonics. I just give.
Recently upped our shields and all that.
We did. I just tell him that I just give him what's our basic shield harmonics would have been before our tweaks, essentially. So these are like not the same.
Okay. So you're giving him not exactly what he wants, but just generally giving him information.
Exactly. I'm giving him exactly what he would find if he was to look it up himself.
Okay.
Separate from this conversation, Cole, being who Cole is in engineering and is also just like, oh no, these, like, the shield strength is all wrong. He doesn't like program in the weird eddy harmonics because that wouldn't be necessary for this test.
Yeah. But also, like, in the engineering room, there's like the wrong console is in the wrong place. The warp core is at the wrong frequency. You can hear the differences, and it's pissing you off.
Yeah. Cole like badges over and is like, Cole here.
Chief.
I'm gonna need a few minutes to get this engineering bay in order.
Very well, Chief. Come over when you're ready. Secure out.
Our ship was just built. How did he get this wrong?
Anaran, you and Jetsata also notice you've been to the torpedo room before and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And there you notice that like he put the torpedo bay on the wrong, like the way the torpedoes are being loaded on the wrong side of the room. From the entrance. It's like right by the entrance, so it would be literally firing through the ship. Like everything seems wrong, and
I'm just gonna go.
Someone had vaguely described what a torpedo room was to him.
I'll just go arch.
Okay, the arch shows up.
Yeah, I'll walk up to the arch and start editing the parameters, moving the launcher, stuff like that. So
I have a question on the bridge.
I'm not even gonna ask permission. I'm just gonna start messing with the program.
On the bridge, are our seats like facing away from the view screen?
No, they are facing the view screen, but they're the wrong style of seats.
Season
so
2
like
and season 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the more reclined one instead of the upright.
Yeah, it's the one with the flip out consoles
like
rather than the hard consoles. On the armrests. It has no seats on the side. The security area, because they have the same bridge as the Galaxy class. So that area in the back has a seat, but it's also made out of metal instead of wood.
Yep. And the security console back doesn't have a stool. That only happens until Generations, right?
Yes. No, he has a stool. It has a stool, but
whoa,
yeah,
that's an upgrade.
Yeah, it has a stool, but the one that you guys have on the Vasquez does not have a stool. Yeah, that's why you're just like seems weird.
I turn to the doctor,
Jabrin.
Dr. Jabrin. I turn to him and I say, I see that you have built the ship to the best of your abilities, and I'm basically trying to oh god, this guy. He looks like he reminds me, those clickers from The Last of Us? He looks like a clicker's face, but like a human has kind of grown through it. It's weird. I don't like it.
Grown through the clicker face, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I say that to him, essentially trying to elicit a response because I'm trying to read him.
Mm-hmm.
He just grows in size, apparently. Because he just...
What are you saying again to try to elicit a response?
So I basically say, I see you have built this virtual Vasquez to the best of your abilities. Most impressive. And I kind of want to do an insight check as part of that, what I'm saying,
Okay, so give me a insight command.
All right.
With a difficulty of 3.
Okay, insight command difficulty 3. All right.
No momentum.
So,
All right, so everything should be up, by the way, guys. So
Still nothing for me here.
okay, I'll refresh on my side because it's frozen. I just never refreshed it when you guys said it was down.
yeah, it just popped up for me. So
All right, refreshing.
hey, someone rolled for you.
Nah. I'm still stuck on just loading.
So if you're just refreshing a character sheet, when you refresh it, it comes up like as a pop-out window. It comes back white. You actually have to reload it from inside the main game.
Yeah,
pop
and it
out again.
says, I went to the main page and it says, we're currently investigating a report of general side issues. We're looking into this and we'll keep you updated as we work to resolve it.
Okay, so just give me
Okay.
a roll of 2d20s, and I can tell you what your character, what you should be adding. Your where are you? Secure. There we go. Your character sheet has insight is 10, command is 5. So whatever you have to get a 15 or lower, and there's no you don't have like investigation or anything like that. You don't have like feeling out as a focus yet. So
I do have the talent cold reading as of this. I got a talent called cold
Bonus-
reading as part of my
bonus-
momentum.
okay, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Mara, you want me to roll for you here and tell you numbers?
Because you're trying to obtain information, I'll give you for this task.
I was going to use Google's dice roller.
Do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for
All
those
right,
of you who
so-
don't know, Google does have dice roll. So if you're stuck inside for
This is 3D, and I can just shake it, and it goes. Look how
Is it
pretty.
free?
Hey,
Yeah, it's called. It's for Android, and it's called just Dice by 7 Pixels.
Okay, Dodge, you can
These
roll
are-
for me. Roll
these
for me,
are
Dodge.
3D, and I can shake them and roll them too.
Maya, go ahead and roll.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
you wouldn't like my roll, so go ahead and roll.
I got a 13 and a 4.
Yeah, I had a 19 and a
that
20.
is 3. No, does he have a focus applying here?
No, but
He said he had cold reading.
but he has to be under. He has to go under it. So 13 and 4 are 2 successes. So you have 2 successes, but the difficulty task is 3. So, would you like an assist?
Sure. Because Baj is in the room, could she, using her intimidating presence, also
Yes.
assist me with a keen eye?
Yes.
She's also clearly already suspicious of this dude, so that makes
Yes. She instantly was suspicious about the information. So.
I do have a new focus, which is intergalactic politics. Would this apply?
I would say that this focus applies for this one because it's definitely not a. He's definitely not like it's. You're trying to suss him out and figure out those kind of things.
I rolled a 0.
0. So that's a fail. So you're not able to really get a read on him. He seems. It seems legitimate. He seems also he could be hiding something, or
Okay.
it could be that he's a scientist. He's not used to dealing with like politicians.
It might be late for this, but I might have a focus as well because I also have politics, negotiation, and persuasion.
Okay, go ahead and re-roll again with that focus in mind.
Reroll, or somebody just roll one extra d20 for me.
Well, it wouldn't be an extra die. It would have been your success range for a critical would have been 0 to 5.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
so you would have
He
succeeded.
had 3 successes.
So you would have
Yeah.
had 3 successes for that one. So
Okay.
you succeed. We'll just say you have a succeed for that one.
Right.
So go and get. So yeah, he. Let me double check this.
So then I would, with
He's
that
definitely.
success,
Go ahead.
with that success, I think I gain 1 momentum, and then I gain a bonus momentum, which has to be spent on this roll for gaining information.
Yes. So you gain momentum, even though you hit exactly what you needed. You still get because of your talent. You gain a bonus momentum, and then you also have to use it for obtaining extra information. So what do you want to know about him?
Well, I want to know what the deal is with this ship. In the Vegas sense, like why is it so weird? But what are his intentions, or what can I kind of suss out from him?
Okay,
Is he on the level?
You can tell that he's lying about something. There's something about it that is not quite up to par based off of your reading of him. And in terms
Okay.
of this, it seems like it's almost as if Starfleet did not give him the classified information for the starship.
Right.
And so he's trying to get classified information from you.
Okay. All right. That's what I assume. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Jabril.
So with that,
he's a brother of Jabril.
So he gestures, please take a seat on the at your stations.
As I sit down on the captain's seat, how does it feel?
It feels wrong. like
His
too
butt
stiff. Yeah.
His Vulcan mind may not have emotions, but his butt sure does right now.
Yeah.
The left cheek feels like a right one.
Let's just say it doesn't feel like you meld well with it.
Well, thing is, he has been the captain of the Vasquez for quite a bit, so the chair has conformed to him. The memory foam, remembers.
It's
This
a
is fresh.
Vulcan hind meld.
So
I'll allow it.
he doesn't even let you give you the order. He says, fire the torpedo. And like you don't even do anything in the torpedo room. You just see this torpedo, like this casing of a torpedo you've never seen before. And it actually, like, when it's placed onto the torpedo loader, it just and it shimmers a little bit.
Immediately, tricorder, peel the protective plastic and start. See. I mean, even though it's a hologram, can I?
Yeah.
See what it's about? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you're trying to read the readings, because it's all simulated, but it's all simulated as
It's
real
a
as
properly
possible.
simulated. Yeah.
So,
Dr. Jabril.
but first off, Anarin, give me a reason and a science task. Difficulty is 4.
Reason and difficulty 4.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You have quantum mechanics, right?
I do have quantum mechanics.
Yeah. This is an experimental torpedo. So this is something
I have cybernetics as well. So it wouldn't be cybernetics. This is just.
It has
pure
to be
engineering.
quantum mechanics. Yeah.
Has to be quantum mechanics. Okay,
Yeah.
so that basically means my critical success is 1 through
1 through 5.
1 through
And-
5.
Yes, and you have to 1 through 5, and you have to beat your. Look at your sheet right now. You have to beat a 16. You have to get under a 16.
All right.
It looks like you succeeded. Double
That's
critical.
that's a 6 and a 16 actually.
Ooh, so just 2 successes. You needed 4 successes. So you
Needed 4 successes.
Yeah, so it is wild. Like, the kind of readings that you're pulling off of this are crazy. You have never seen something like this before. It seems to be shifting in and out of dimensional space as it's sitting there. Like, particles, you're reading particles from inside the torpedo, also in front of you, and inside of the torpedo at the same time. The exact same particles. And like, it almost makes you kind of step back a little bit, because you're like, wait, is this radioactive?
Yeah.
Is this gonna kill me just for standing around it? Even though it's like a
hologram. Yeah.
a hologram.
You're gonna get time cancer.
All right, you Sakir, you were gonna say something?
Yes, as that happens, and as the missile's firing, I ask Dr. Jabril, to what degree are the safeties on this hologram set to? To what degree are the safeties of the hologram set to?
Just to say,
I-
Jabril died in 69. This is not Jabril.
This might be a different Jabril.
Yeah.
It's his brother.
Jabren. It's
Jabren.
Jabren, according to
Yeah. So he says, "Oh, this is standard safety precautions. Nothing to worry about, Captain."
Very well. Do I believe him?
Yeah, it seems to be right. You see the torpedo fly out. It has this kind of white glow to it. It hits the target and just rips apart the ship instantly in one hit. Would the science console be? Could I hook it up to the sensors and see
any sort of effects the explosion has?
Yes.
Along
And
yeah.
Cole, you see the ship actually shudder a little bit, like the power dims in your area when it fires and comes back up. So you both can give me reason science or reason engineering checks to try to figure out what this was.
All right, so that's the same as before for me.
Yes. Do you have quantum mechanics, Cole?
I do not. I only have warp field dynamics.
Okay.
So
I have a
no focus
1
for me.
1 and 11.
1 and 11.
So 3 successes.
3 successes. It's 4 successes is what you needed. So you still
Damn.
nothing.
Still nothing.
Okay, my thing isn't working. So
You get 2 1s.
yeah, I did not get 2 1s. I got 3 successes. I rolled a 2 and a 7.
Okay. So
I want to assist from the weapons console to see what I can pull as well.
okay. Who are you going to assist? The engineering or the science roll?
The science roll.
Okay. So reason science.
And I'm using my focus of ship engagement tactics.
Go for it. That'll work for this one. Just because you're trying to see the damage.
Why didn't it roll?
Try it again.
There it goes.
Hey, double success! You get one,
Nice.
and you get one.
there it went. The second one, ignore that.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
fitness.
So we have
and noise.
2
Totally
momentum.
Use the wrong things though. I use fitness and security, whatever.
That would be quite wrong. But
Yeah.
the
That's-
roll,
The roll
mean-
itself, yeah.
Yeah. Let me double check your the rolls would be a 5, which was good, and then the other one was a 2. It looks like. Let me double check your personnel file.
The disciplines basically just dictate whether
Yeah, you
whether you
definitely would have
fail.
gotten it. Yeah, you would have gotten it. So because it's a reason, which is 8, and your science, which is 1, so that would have been 9. So both of them were under a 9. So yeah. But yeah, you rolled a under. So you get 1 more momentum. So you've got 2 momentum right now. But you're with your assistance, kind of pulling up, like going through the tactical files and everything like that, and sending them to Dahl. Dahl, you're able to you're able to pull up the information. I will say, Secure, you notice that when you start asking him about the safeties and stuff like that, and you see the explosion, you start seeing him twitch a little bit and kind of like lick his lips, and he seems very nervous after you asking so many questions.
Right. Curious.
I detect nervosity because I am Klingon.
Because you can smell the fear on him.
I can
I-
smell fear.
I'm doing like after the fact diagnosis on the power systems, by the way.
Yeah.
So in character, I'm seeing like, okay, well, how taxing was that? Out of character, I want to know, firing one of these, what's the power cost to a ship?
It won't cost power, but there's something that's draining the power from the firing. So it doesn't seem like the firing of itself is. It just seems like the torpedo moving is causing power surges.
Okay.
And Dahl, you're able to tell, based off the information you're able to pull out, there's a singularity inside this torpedo. There's a mini black hole inside this torpedo.
Oh,
You're
would
firing
I
a
know?
mini.
Would I know the Romulans use that as a warp core, basically? Because I know this. Darge knows this, but would Inarden know in lore?
No, not yet, because that information hasn't really been out yet until after the Dominion War, or during the Dominion War, I'm pretty sure.
Well, the TNG in the TNG episode where the Enterprise gets trapped in time, and it's got who was it? Picard, Deanna, and Data, I believe, were able to move around even though because they were.
Oh
on
yeah,
shuttle.
I remember that. And that
Yeah.
was before this. Yeah, you would know that the Romulans use this as a warp core. So, and with them being so close to Romulan space,
Nerd.
I mean, yeah.
So essentially, what happens is that when the torpedo fires and it hits the target, the shell that's protecting the singularity drops away, and it literally creates a mini black hole, which will rupture subspace and do physical damage to anything it hits, and then collapse right after it does that. It just kind of sucks all the information and then it collapses. So that's what you see, Baj, is that in the sensor readings, it shows that there are pieces, like the ship itself is less than it should be. Even the parts are missing, which doesn't exist. You can't destroy parts, but you can suck them into a black hole, which is what
yeah, sure. But the black hole then evaporates.
Yes,
afterwards.
it's too small.
It's all turned into Hawking radiation.
Yes.
Okay.
Would I be aware of the same that Dal was asking about with the Romulans because of the
Klingons' experience with the Romulans for sure.
That's okay. Yeah. So immediately, like my Klingon, my Klingy senses are tingling.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nowhere in the documentation for this quantum torpedo that there's listed that they're using a mini black hole, mini singularity.
Well, there is no documentation whatsoever.
It's just in Dr. Jabrin's brain.
Jabrin's brain, yeah. I will jot all this down into my pad with these.
As I see Dr. Jabrin like licking his lips and looking a bit what's the word? Finicky.
Pensive, I would say.
I just kind of, after I'm done doing what I'm doing, I kind of take my hands off the console and come around to, the command seats and stuff like that, and I come up to him and I say, "You look awfully nervous."
He looks at you and goes, this is the first time I've run a simulation in front of another person, and I've never used the simulated Vasquez before. It works on paper. Everything works on paper. As you can see, the simulation worked perfectly. Your data will show that this is an incredibly effective weapon.
So, do you work for the Romulans, or did you pull intelligence from the Romulans?
What about the Romulans you're talking about?
I will. Yeah. Since are we done with the test?
Yeah, you're done with the test.
All right. So I'm on my way back to the bridge with my findings as well. And I would approach Commander Baj about this, but I see she's already engaged with the dude, so I'll just let it play out.
Yeah,
he's like, what are you talking about? Romulans?
You are using a miniature singularity inside a torpedo, which is technology used by the Romulans. Are you not?
I just go like that. Like, I just hold my hand like that when he comes in and he says that. I'm just like...
Yeah, he's just like... Yeah. I didn't know the Romulan technology was using this. We developed this independently. You can look at my files about this.
Oh.
I want to do an inside check.
Oh, no, I'm so doing it. I'm so...
All right, give me...
Dude, telepath. You're not lying.
Yeah, inside check.
Yeah, give me an insight command check.
Okay.
I will assist.
Okay.
So both of us, or do I just assist?
If you're assisting, you're using your telepathy, right? You're like reading his mind and then sending that information telepathically.
I decided to use
Devaj.
my intergalactic politics one again, so it'll
That's
take
fine.
a second, but I think it'll show up like it did earlier, just late.
Okay.
Cole, by the way, is just being nosy and has wandered off to the science bay instead to look at the torpedoes that are left there.
Okay, give me a reason engineering check at difficulty 3.
All right, I am going to use a momentum for that.
I will. Yeah. I will also use momentum for mine.
Okay, so yeah, there was.
I rolled.
He seems to be telling the truth. Like
a 14 and a 13.
14 and a 13.
That's two successes.
It might. We only need for assist. You only use one. So I'll just.
I know, but I said I use momentum.
Oh, use momentum. Yeah. So let me look at your.
Yeah.
It's inside command. That was 12. So you needed to get a 12. So you didn't use 2 failures.
No, 2 fails.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not succeed.
Okay.
I missed,
so yeah, you
missed it by 1.
Missed it by 1. So you're still like you have no idea how this no one's told you about the quantum singularities. You're just like, the hell is pulling power from, like, what pulls power from firing a torpedo? Because torpedoes don't take power to fire. They're self-propelled. Like you basically put them in a tube and open the tube and it fires itself. And so it's just like, this doesn't make any sense. But those guys on the simulated bridge, he is not lying. He does not seem to be lying at all.
I have the computer download this simulation to my data core.
I'm just gonna
give me. There is a.
I'm gonna just straight up ask to
Okay.
look at one of these actual torpedoes, if there is even one in existence yet, or is it all simulated?
He nods and says, "That's why you're here. We're going to be testing. I don't know if the captain has told you, but we're going to be testing an actual version of this torpedo shortly."
All right, but before that happens, we need to know everything about this torpedo.
Oh, I expect you and your engineer, your chief engineer, will need to take a look at this this torpedo. It is dangerous to transport, but we definitely need to examine it first. I wouldn't want to risk the lives of you and your crew. After all, we are thinking about selling this technology to the Federation.
So what am I rolling to try and download this program?
Okay, so you start typing in things to download this program, and you get a massive security block. It's like, you require security authorization level Omega, and you just
dang it.
So you can try to break the encryption, but it's going to be it'll be a daring or control security. Difficulty 3.
And we have 1 momentum.
No momentum, because you guys both spent them.
Yeah.
I mean, he's acting pretty open to share all his research. Him trying to circumvent anything but he doesn't know this, so.
No, I'm just staring at it and I'm like, meh. Because daring is actually like not Cole's strong suit. So like he's not a very daring guy.
Yeah. So Baj,
he's not going to.
From
who are you talking to?
Mr. Cole reports.
There was a weird power drain when the simulated torpedo fired. Doesn't make any sense. I'm looking into why that might be.
I'm sure that Dr. Jabrin and Mr. Inaran can work with you to get the information you need to make it more accurate for the ship's implementation of this device.
Aye, Commander. I just figured if this simulation was to be as accurate as possible, I'd be looking into this.
Excellent. Baj out.
All right. So Jabrin ushers you guys towards the lab and gets Cole, you as well, to come follow him. You guys see the exact same the torpedo from the simulation on a table, like a big table. There seems to be a force field around it and you can see like the little like the force field is actually like shimmering. And he explains like that's protecting from the quantum radiation that's emanating.
It's too bad that the only person who actually has a tricorder working is missing this week. So yeah.
He opens it up. Okay. Based off of, because you already made a success, this looks exactly like it. It has a quantum singularity in the center of it. Cole, you can do another test if you want to try to examine.
I am going to.
Okay. This will be a difficulty 3, a reason engineering score.
Go. Nope.
You have a hard time figuring out what it is, but you just from your cursory glance, you're pretty sure it can be safely transported based off of what you've been able to pull from it. It seems not too much different from a normal torpedo. It seems a little bit more powerful, but it seems like it would be stable enough for transport.
I also like sidle up to the dock and I'm like, hey, if you give me a copy of your holodeck program, I might be able to make it a little more accurate.
He nods and then kind of like pulls up the data pad and punches in some stuff and hands it to you. There you go.
Oh, thank God. It was bugging me so much.
Darsh, try and use your tricorder now.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna...
Flip it open.
Yeah. Ooh.
So he kind of looks at you and kind of like looks around. Time is of the essence. We are setting up this test here in the next few hours. So if you will, please transport this and transport us to your ship. He's talking to you, Secure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what did he say?
He wants you to transport the torpedo and the rest of you guys and himself up to the ship for the preparing for the actual test, the field test.
Very well. Before we do that, I would like Inarin to please scan the actual physical torpedo to make sure that it is exactly the same as the torpedoes that we had seen within the simulation, to ensure that there is no variance between those two, and so we don't have to prepare for anything strange.
Very well.
You don't even have to scan. Just
okay.
roll. It's a difficulty 0. So roll, and if you have any complications, you'll find some weird stuff. But
213.
2 13s.
No, 2 and a 13.
Yeah,
Roll
you're
20
fine.
works now, by the way.
Yeah.
A what?
Back up.
Roll 20
should
works
be back
now.
up.
Okay.
But yeah, you succeed. It's just like, nah. It seems normal, exactly the same as what to you.
All right. It can't hurt to be too sure with new and emergent technologies.
Exactly. I appreciate your caution, Captain. But time is of the essence.
That it is. Vasquez, 6 to beam up.
Has somebody filled me in on the fact that there's a black hole in this thing?
Nope.
Well, but you were there, yeah.
By the
He
way,
was in a different room.
is it Weathers or
I was never
Jensen?
there for the...
Is it Weathers or Jensen who's the transporter? It's Weathers, or it's Jensen, I think, right?
Yeah, I think
they're kind
Jensen.
of like Lenny and Carl, they're always together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty much. They alternate shifts essentially.
Yeah.
Like
Jensen's non-com, but Weathers is an ensign. So, Jensen, give me a roll from Jensen's for transporting the this thing up to the ship. It's a control engineering task, and it's a difficulty of 1.
Okay.
And his transporter focus does matter, so he can use his focus.
All right. Just need to get his character sheet expanded. Focus used to. You said control engineering.
Yeah, control engineering difficulty 1.
Difficulty 1. Focus used. Go.
Yeah, is the pattern buffer
Large
enough?
Complications, but
large
you
enough
get it
to
up there.
hold the singularity?
We get a momentum.
I mean,
you get a
transporting a black hole is that kind of.
Well, you're not transporting a black hole. You're transporting the case that's holding the black hole. So the case itself is keeping everything in place.
So the black hole.
And we
remains.
leave the black hole behind.
Yes.
6 to beam up. The station implodes.
So it's able to beam all of you up, but he's having some troubles with the pattern buffers. He's like, "There's something weird about this torpedo that you're trying to buff. Chief, can you help me out here?" So you need to
Yeah, I
succeed.
like sidle over and.
And I would just without thinking I would say the micro singularity would pose a problem with the transport buffer and this
what?
thing.
Chief, I am having some troubles here.
We need to have a conversation after this, and I leap the console.
Yeah, he's having struggles. That's the complications. You'll need to have to assist him with a control engineering check, difficulty 1.
Alrighty.
You're good. So you're able to stabilize the patterns and beam it into the armory. And he looks at you.
No one
Dahl.
thought to inform me we were beaming a black hole onto the ship.
Got the copy of the hull of the program.
And
Yeah, I was able to read it in 45 seconds, Dal.
Jensen also goes, "No one told me you're beaming up a micro singularity. What do you? I would have prepared better. probably killed the whole damn crew. And Kenneth sits here, rubs his toe. I'm sorry, Captain. I'll be better this next time.
I put an arm like kind of out in front of him, like, Jensen, it's okay. This was not you. We were lacking some very important information here. The situation is resolved. I don't think any disciplinary action will be necessary.
All right.
Unless you need
in my defense, all this information was rolling around. We were talking about it on the bridge, and you know.
Yeah, he wasn't. And he wasn't there, but he.
A conversation happens on the bridge. Nobody thinks to tell the chief engineer. I wish that were a new thing, and I just walk out.
Yeah, maybe you should be on the bridge more often at the engineering station there.
Oh, where I can't do my job.
All right, let's cut here. With the success of the simulated testing, you've been asked to safely transport the prototype torpedo to a secret location deeper into the Takaran solar system. Dr. Jabreen is accompanying you and his torpedo to the coordinates of a derelict freighter that will be used at the actual site of the field test. Now you have just to take the torpedo over to a shuttlecraft and place it on board the derelict freighter. And get far enough away that you can view the test and record the data in real time in relative safety of your vessel. So essentially you're going to remotely detonate it on the freighter to see what it does.
Should we transport it via roundabout, or can we trust the transporters?
Oh, no. You have to, you're going to have to take it over by runabout. It just, there's too much variance in as you can see from the transporters to take it in anyway, but runabout.
But manually, yeah.
He's very insistent that you use a runabout because he also wants to have the pure data. So he's afraid that, like, if you transport it, it might screw something up, and either the difficulty of failure is bad, but it's also a difficulty that of data recovery, that it may change the data itself. Because normally you're not transporting a torpedo, you're usually firing it. So it needs to be the kind of the physical explosion.
And I would suggest to Cole, we could also leave the runabout near the freighter, but in safe distance to maybe utilize your upgrades as a second point of sensor data.
Safe distance.
Safe
an
distance.
Exploding black hole.
Safe distance. We have the information from the simulation. We know what the safe distance is.
I'm hoping this is a conversation happening in, like, the science bay away from everybody else, by the way.
Yes.
Fine.
Yeah.
So we have the data from the simulation. The simulation that was completely out of whack before we walked into it.
My scans
where no other piece of information was correct.
My scans show the physical torpedo to be an exact duplicate of the simulated one. That, at least, I trust. But we could increase the safety range from what we learned from the simulation.
I don't like it. I don't like that thing being on this ship.
So we should just move it off the ship with a roundabout. Immediately. As soon as possible.
By the way,
I'll outfit the Husik to transport the torpedo.
We could use a different one.
Oh.
He doesn't trust any other one.
All right, it's
the only one that's going to have the most recent tweaks.
Yeah, I was going to ask, have you tweaked with the sensors as well, or is it?
Yeah, I do all one of the upgrades to the Husik.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to cut to the bridge.
We have to take it over it. Yeah.
It cuts to the bridge. Jumo has like, as you're traveling over, Jumo has been hearing the rumors. So when you arrive on the bridge, Captain, he stands up and turns around and says, "Captain, request permission to fly that micro black hole to the freighter. You need the best pilot you got, and that's me."
Is he my best pilot?
He's your main comm officer or con officer. So yeah, he's your best pilot.
I will have you take that up with the chief engineer, Ensign Jumo.
Permission to report to the chief engineer, sir?
Permission granted. Dismissed.
Yeah. So, as you guys are talking in the science bay, Jumo walks in, kind of looks around, goes, I've never really been here before, but is Chief, are you here?
I like step out from behind the torpedo that is presumably sitting on the table.
Yeah.
I mean, under protest, but yes, I'm here.
I hear you need to fly this thing over.
Indeed, Ensign. Are you volunteering?
Yes, sir.
All right. One moment. You like pull out my hand. Husik, revert computer protocols to standard Starfleet interactions.
Replies back with a very sensual man's voice. Is like, affirmative, Cole, Commander Cole.
All right.
I thought it was Daxon, baby.
Yeah. Affirmative, Daxon, baby.
That's why he just reverted, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it gives
No, it
the
just
affirmative and then makes the change.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. You'll have the helm, Jumo, and frankly, I should be there. Oh my goodness. Okay.
You're gonna supervise?
Yeah.
I would prefer to be on the sensors if you don't mind, but if you're
There's enough room for you to be on the runabout if you want to.
Yeah, the standard runabout is a crew complement of 3.
Yeah.
I'll be taking the general cargo specialist slot.
All right. So the Husik is prepared. So, Captain, do you have any problems with this so far, or any questions?
No problem so far. I trust my chief engineer. However, after a few seconds of thought, I go, computer, set new protocol. If Chief Engineer Daxon Cole is sitting on his terminal within the engineering bay, patch all continuous audio from the engineering bay to the bridge and vice versa.
It beeps out, after a second, it's like, action will take a few seconds, basically, and then it beeps in success. Program complete.
All right. That'll be a fun thing next time I'm in engineering.
If we remember that you actually get to hear everything, yeah.
Yeah, no, we'll remember that he gets to hear everything. That's kind of
okay.
So, I'm gonna roll for Jumo because he's gonna try to take this thing over. You all will be
works for me, so
you will all be in environmental suits because you're gonna have to go into the freighter itself to deliver it, and it's decompressed. You're going into the cargo bay. So
what type of freighter is it?
It's a standard Federation freighter.
Okay.
Yeah. So, check. Pull up Jumo. Here we go. Character sheet. He's going to do a control con check.
So I'm guessing it's an Antares class.
Yeah. Control con with difficulty of...
While we're going over all the mission parameters and stuff, and I'm just sort of reviewing it on my data pad.
It's difficult. He does it, but with some difficulties. So as you guys are getting closer to it, he parks, he flies it. He gets to the ship, and it's going to be a lot more dangerous because something about his warp travel or to travel. It's about he warped there. So you guys were at a safe distance. So you guys went into a short warp jump to it, and when you arrived, something about the warp travel changed it a little bit. So you're reading a higher levels of radiation coming off of the torpedo. So if you don't...
Furiously punching buttons to try to contain the radiation.
Okay, give me a control science for that.
Yeah, I can actually use Roll20 now. Control science.
I am going to assist.
Okay.
Would interstellar anomalies...
Yes, it would count.
It would count. Okay.
Yes, your
Hey!
interstellar anomalies focuses. Your new focuses in interstellar anomalies would focus on this.
Yes. Huzzah.
What I roll?
Okay.
One
I
success
press the button. Okay.
and one success. So you guys are good. It was difficulty. It's difficulty 1 technically. So you got an extra
We're
We
We
up
have
to
and,
what
and
now?
momentum.
one momentum.
Because we spend everything. Yeah.
And it's a new scene. So
Yeah.
True.
The new scene because you traveled.
Yep.
So now it comes time for you guys to unload the place it on the freighter. You'll have essentially the ability to you'll have to carry it. Manually.
I would suggest just dropping the gravity field in the runabout and just gently maneuvering it out the
Maneuvering it
airlock.
out. Yeah.
yeah.
That's fine.
I do have Cole comes back as to the Vasquez. Cole here, is Dr. Jabril available? I have a couple of questions.
Jabrin.
Jabroni.
Dr. Jabroni.
He comes on. Dr. Jabrin here.
Even he doesn't know.
Even I fuck it up. Yeah. Dr. Jabrin here.
This freighter, I know it's decommissioned. How decommissioned are we talking here?
Ooh, can I scan it from up close?
Yeah. Standard. It should. All of its parts should still be in place. It's standard freighter. It's decommissioned in that we've removed the weapons from it. It's simply a warp core.
What
and
about the warp
engines.
core? Is it?
Warp core is still in place.
So that leads to my secondary question. If this is going to be an accurate test of this missile being used on a ship in combat, we should probably spin up the warp core.
The warp core should already be activated.
Okay. Then why is the whole damn thing decompressed? It's just like...
It's intentionally decompressed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a stickler for accuracy.
Yeah. I mean, in theory, you should be placing it on the exterior of the hull rather than in the...
Yes, actually, yeah.
But
so
he's-
we're not going inside.
but you'd be placing on the hull of the freighter. So, now give me a daring or control an engineering task to move it over and place it in spot.
I will assist.
Alrighty.
So you said
Here.
It's a daring or control plus engineering, whichever one's the better one.
Control engineering. No focuses apply.
and no focuses for me either, I guess.
What does composure apply here?
Nope.
Because I'm moving a black
yes.
hole.
Yes, I'll give you composure for this because you are moving a microsingularity.
I clicked
Ooh.
ages
okay.
ago.
There
we go.
So
you
three successes
succeed.
and a complication.
So you succeed. You get 2. It was only difficulty 1, so you get 2 more momentum. But you both lose because it's super. Like it bounces around a little bit. I want you both lose. I think is it stress? Yeah.
Yes.
You both lose 1 stress in the process.
One stress. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Because you're
fracking
freaking
stressed out.
Because you're stressed out. You're trying to move a black hole, and every little micro move, you're like,
Like-
ah!
we go to move it, and I'm like, okay, a little bit to the left. The left, no, the left.
The other left.
Oh, sorry, my left.
Yeah, because you're looking at the different sides, and
There's no left in space.
and dolls like hand like you touch it and you hit it just a little bit too much, and it moves over and like bounces against the hull just briefly, and you both go, you know, like breathless, and nothing happens. You're like, oh god. So you manage to place it in.
Do we somehow attach it, or we just leave it floating next to the hull?
You leave it floating just near the hull, so it's like just like where a torpedo would usually explode in proximity. And you guys get back to the runabout, and then Jumo's going to fly you back out of here.
All right. Do we
And he
maintain
succeeds.
minimums? Yeah, he learned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do we
Jumo,
maintain minimum safety distance, or do we crank it up by 100%.
I ordered Jumo to take us to minimum safe distance plus 50%.
Okay. So he is able to warp you guys out of there pretty easy. Now that there's not a freaking mini black hole that he's carrying, he seems a lot less concerned about it.
Yeah.
Safe and a half.
Yeah.
What was his difficulty on that?
His difficulty was 1, so you guys get 2 more.
We're at
momentum.
5.
Yeah. Now, as he reaches minimum safe distance, like literally the second he reaches minimum safe distance, Baj, your console lights up like a Christmas tree.
Check engine light, tire pressure.
The ship is registering 3 ships that are coming out of Cloak, all near the freighter, like almost on top of the freighter.
Do we sense that in the runabout?
Your ships,
as well?
the runabout registers it as well.
On Psych, you don't get to say that command.
We're on the runabout.
We're on the runabout. Different ship.
But
I instinctively had the runabout shields up. Yeah.
Darge, let me roleplay for a second. Right on. What do you call it? Right on, because I have starship recognition as a focus. Can I immediately, by visual, see what those ships are?
Oh, you're very familiar with these ships.
Are they Romulans? Are they Romulan warbirds?
No, they're Klingon. Klingon birds of prey. 3 Klingon birds of prey.
Birds of play.
I don't even hesitate for the captain. I just immediately, command whoever's at Terzi's console, which I assume is Jetsar.
Yeah.
Jetsar, open a channel to the lead cruiser right now.
Just and pops it up. So as you do this, they immediately open fire on the freighter.
Are our guys back in the ship?
Sorry, not the freighter. As you guys get the thing, they've immediately opened fire on the runabout. 2 of them are opening fire on the runabout.
Aren't you glad I interrupted you by putting the shields up before you could roleplay this?
But
we don't have a character sheet for the Husik.
We got to make a character sheet for Husik. So we'll leave this at a suspense. The ship is open fire upon.
Damn it, Paul!
You open up channel, but no one seems to respond. As Jasar says, they're not responding, but they're firing on the runabout.
Open fire now.
With that, we'll take a quick break.
I literally just commanded myself to open fire. Open fire now.
You don't get the reroll for giving yourself an order.
Yeah, no, I know.
Technically, she would, because it's a supporting character, so she can order herself to reroll. All right, guys, we'll be right back.
She's on the security console, so she'd be the.
Yeah. So let's
punch.
Yes.
The stats for a Danube class runabout, like the basic stats, are on page 235. If you need that, Paul.
235.
Yes, and then we need to figure out how the Husik would be.
Yeah, I modified it. I've modified it a little bit. So because of the nature of the ship, it actually supposed to have a 4 power, but it's got 7 because of the.
Do we have a sheet for it?
Yes, I put it up there.
Okay.
Oh, sweet.
It's the Husik. You should be able to see it.
Yes.
So I'm gonna.
Yay.
Yeah, I just have bio and info, so I'm guessing it's on the HP that sees it. Sorry.
Oh no, I don't. I also only have
it.
bio and info.
All players can be edited by all players. Save changes. There we go. Now
there we go.
There it is.
I can't seem to edit it though. Oh wait, no. I know what I need to do. I need to set it. Concurrent is 4, and it's supposed to have a shields of 4. So what I did is I upped its engineering to 2. Let me put its engineering into 1. So that changes anything.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And I upped its engines to 8. So its power is actually higher. You've got a power of 8.
Yeah, so it's got better shields as well.
Mm-hmm. So, because you've been fiddling with it.
Yes.
All right. So, we return We're going to start with the firing. The Klingons are now firing upon the runabout, and then we'll cut to the Vasquez firing and everything else like that. So if you look at the let's go to the right.
Yeah.
The action map. You guys can see that. So these two firings, these two torpedoes are going to be firing. Put in the right place. So these two guys are going to be firing torpedoes at the Husik. And this other Klingon bird of prey over here to the right, or right here, that one is going after the freighter.
Whoops, daisy.
Going after the freighter.
Yes, it's going. It looks like it's.
I'm going to open up a tactical communications channel with the Vasquez, not to tell them anything, but just so we're in sync.
Okay. So let me pull up the character sheet. They're going to fire. Task roll 2, ship task roll 1, focused used. Probably not. So it's going to be weapons security. And they're going to fire. They hit. They're firing the torpedo. Now, I don't think the photon torpedo damage is right, because how do we calculate photon torpedo damage again? Because I remember we looked this up and realized it was wrong. Weapon damage.
Photon torpedo.
I have a feeling that Baaj, as the security officer, should be on top of that.
I think.
Chat says 3+ ship security for normal photons.
3+ ship security. Thank you. That was the one that I was a little off on, because the way that Roll20 does it is that it adds everything in. So you have to add the basic stats in. You can't put everything in, because if you put the actual stats that are set in the stat blocks for like the NPC ships into there, it'll also add the ship security. So. So that's.
And what is the damage for a micro torpedo while we're at it?
A micro torpedo? It's the same as a regular torpedo.
A micro-singularity torpedo, you mean?
Yeah. Well,
no. Micro torpedoes are a thing that our runabout has.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So it says it'll say down there what it has. It says 4. So its security is 1, so it's a 3 torpedo. So 3 plus the security modifier. Okay. So the first one fires its torpedo. It hits, and it's going to. It does anything. All right, so these are high yield. So that's going to at least 2 of that is soaked up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. I don't remember what high yield effects are. Let me double check that real quick. It's been a while since we've had to deal with this.
High yield. The weapon inflicts massive damage to enemy vessels. If the attack inflicts one or more breaches to a system, it inflicts 1 additional breach.
Okay, so it doesn't inflict a breach because it's less than 5, but you still take the ship takes 4 damage in the shot. The other
our shields are down to 50%.
Oh right, yeah, because I forgot about the shields. Shields get it's total of 4, or it's a total of.
This says 8 on the sheet based on the stats that were punched in.
Yes, so your shields are down, basically, because it's
50.
It's my bad because I miscalculated because I forgot that you guys had your shields up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 damage. So your shields are dropped down to 6. I keep forgetting that shields exist. You still have shields, But the other one's going to fire as well.
Shields at 25%.
Evasive maneuver.
Sparks fry, blah, blah, boom. And then,
Evasive maneuver, Riker 3.
yeah. That seems to work. We'll do this. So that's a hit from the Starship. And it's a hit. It's a hit. Another hit. Another torpedo comes screaming at you from the bird of prey. And does...
Riker 3 didn't work.
Oh, wait. I don't know why. You know what? This thing's so weird. I'm going to say it didn't hit, because I don't know why it's doing that. And the torpedo veers way off course. So, yeah, 'cause I don't know why it popped up with two separate
Well,
rolls.
Roll20's had issues up until 30 minutes ago, so maybe
Yeah.
it still has some residual
So,
stuff.
the second torpedo veers off course. So, now you guys have, your shields are down to 25%. And now it's the Vasquez. Baj, you said to fire?
First, we need to go red alert.
Red alert.
Computer.
Computer.
then-
Red alert. Red alert.
I'm waiting for... Oh, you know what? I need to... It didn't
Yes.
seem to work right, because I screwed
Scarlet
forgot to do-
signal.
Yeah.
Crimson call.
There we go. Now we do it.
Maroon warning.
Rouge mood.
There we go.
Rouge mood.
Rouge. Rouge mood.
Rouge mood.
Hey.
So, red alert. Shields come up. Weapons are hot. Now what do you
Yeah,
want to do?
she's instant. She is going to do a full spread maximum yield torpedo attack.
Can you hit? Because it's at a long range. It's 3 zones. Are torpedoes 3 zones?
Did I
Well-
get that tactical communications channel up with us?
You're not. It's not your turn quite yet, but
okay,
on your turn you would be able to. Long
So
range is at a distance of 2 zones. So 1, 2. They're not in range of your torpedoes. You'd have to move first.
So,
Okay.
okay, that's cool. The runabout has better torpedoes than the Vasquez.
Really?
Our
does?
torpedoes are long range.
They're long range too, but they have a distance of 2 zones. So if you look at where the Vasquez is here, you notice that we've got 1, 2. You guys are in the 2nd zone, so they're actually in the 3rd zone away. They were firing torpedoes at you too.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah. I'll leave it to the captain to make commands in that regard. Like if we need to get closer or what.
What's that blue zone?
that blue zone is debris. So I was going to mention to you guys that there's debris there, so you can go through that, but you'd have to make a con check to get through that debris.
We're smaller than the birds of prey.
Yeah.
Who has the helm right now?
One of the other comm officers. Let's just call him Ensign Eric. Ensign Eric.
What's his surname?
That is his surname.
That's his surname.
It's also Eric.
His first name is
Ericsson. Ericsson.
Yes.
Eric.
Eric Erickson. His name is Eric Erickson. There we go. Eric Erickson.
Oh, I hate that so much.
His parents hated him.
Yeah, they did.
I am
The
Eric,
thing is,
son
his
of
father.
Eric.
Yeah, exactly. His father was named Eric.
Well, bring us forwards towards the runabout, Ensign Erickson. We need to save them.
Aye, sir. Let me pull up the command, because I think you can do it normally for the helm.
Is the runabout too large to warp back into the bay?
Oh no, it can warp towards you guys. It can warp back to you.
But it
I mean,
wouldn't be able
can
to
we
go.
transport it into our ship?
No, because
No.
we're
No.
red alert,
No.
and so are they.
Oh,
Oh, that's true. Our shields are up as well. Okay.
Yeah. So if you impulse or warp,
Impulse for now.
impulse.
Just one zone.
Okay, it's 1 power. You'll use 1 power for it.
Okay.
So
Mark
marked off
it.
1 power. But you move into the zone right here. You still have one, I'll give you guys 3 actions on board the ship. So that's the first action was to move the ship.
Okay. Yeah, unless the captain poses, I'm going to make a maximum yield
Okay, so you,
attack.
all right, give me a firing solution.
Okay, what was it exactly? It increases threat and
Increases
what's the salvo
threat.
option.
If you want to
So,
salvo, sorry, go on, Paul.
if you want to salvo, it will increase the amount of breaches it can give if it actually hits, or does more damage to it if it hits. Is pretty much all it does. It doesn't necessarily do anything more than that.
It gives. Well, no, we looked this up. Salvo gives
Yeah.
it 1 extra dice of damage, and gives it the spread quality.
And instead of 1 threat, it increases it by 3.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tricky, but it allows me to hit more of them at once. Which I need to roll my thing assisted by the ship. So my attack, I assume, is
Security plus weapons for the ship. Or sorry, yours is a control security.
control security, and I'm going to use my ship engagement tactics focus. How much momentum do we have at the moment?
A lot. You guys have
5.
like 5. Yeah.
New scene, 0.
No, this is not the new scene.
No.
This is the same scene.
I'm going to
Same
use
scene as-
two. I'm going to use 2 momentum.
It's the same scene as us parking the torpedo. This is
Yeah.
like the
Yeah, but
continuation
we
of that.
we lost it, so maybe we have 1. But
No.
What's a
You guys have 5. You guys still have 5. The
What's
next
my
scene
com-
would be after this conflict. What's up?
What's my complication range?
Just 1.
Okay.
You're
Rolling
using-
for my.
Ooh, you hit. You only needed
And-
2 to hit. So
So I don't even need to roll for the ship then. Or
roll for the ship though, because you can get more momentum if you do.
so you
Since,
you used 2 momentum.
yes.
Oh, okay, so we lost 1. Okay.
And what was it again for the ship? It was security.
Weapons security. Yeah.
Okay. And then put that down to 1. Yes. I don't know if it went through.
It did, and you get
It did.
momentum back.
So as we're firing, I ask our con officer to open a channel towards the Klingons. If we can't open a channel, I want to just like
General
send-
broadcast.
Broadcast.
send a general broadcast.
Yeah, because
Broadcast.
Baaz tried to open a channel and they weren't responding. So general broadcast. So you fire
Okay.
and then give me a general broadcast because give me some damage first. Actually, there, Bash,
Yeah, and I get 1 extra damage on the
on the hit. So
on
you
the
get
hit.
1 additional one. So which
I'm
you
just gonna
should-
put it in the thing for now. I'm just gonna put it as
Yeah.
4.
I think
instead of-
I corrected the damage numbers from before because it was ridiculous how much damage. you
Yeah,
guys
I'll
were
change it back to 3 when I'm done. I'm just putting it on 4 so it's easier right now.
Yeah.
And then. Well, fuck yeah! Sorry.
That's a breach. That's a breach. Which one were you targeting? Were you targeting both
Because
of them?
I was doing spread, I could hit multiples.
Yes, it's like the other target is at half damage, right? Is it how the spread works, or is you hit both targets?
I think it was.
Look up spread.
I think it's half damage on the second one. I
because I remember
believe.
you guys have used it before, and it was like with
Yeah,
the
I just had
phasers.
this open. Let me scroll down to it. High yield. Let's see. Let me look at this. Full spread, maximum yield. The devastating attack. Momentum spin. Oh wait, as though 2 momentum had been spent. So I actually should have spent more momentum.
Spread deals have the damage of the first attack to the same target.
Yeah.
Area is what hits multiple targets.
Okay, so you spread. So you actually hit it twice. Which one are you targeting? The one that's closer to the planet, or one that's further away?
Probably the one that's doing the most attack to the runabout. The one that's the biggest threat.
This one right here.
Sorry, I can't.
That one. Let me ping it again.
Back out.
That
so
one?
I can see it.
Oh yeah, black on black. That's the best thing.
I don't know how to change that one.
It's the lower one. It's the left one. Yeah.
It's
There's
the
no
lower-
left in
yeah,
space, but it's the left one.
Yes.
But which one? I'm sorry. Ping it again because I just got. Okay, I see it.
Yeah.
That one. So that one is the one that actually hit the runabout. So
Yeah, I'm gonna take an action against that one because it's
Okay.
it's attacking our crew. Like it has to be.
oh my god, you guys! I can't believe you hit this thing. Okay, so you did 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 9, 10. So 2 breaches. You gave this thing... No, not 2 breaches, because that's go through the shields first. I got to remember to use the shields. So...
Shields!
So its shields are down, but then you also, because you did a spread, you also do half that damage, which is 5, but it's soaked up. So your shield just flicker off as another, some more like this torpedo. Foof, 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 foof. They just smash in, shield flickers, then it dies, and then 3 more explosions happen, but it just seems that the ship is unaffected. But its shields are down.
Warn them to stand down, Captain.
Good job. Number 1. Are we? Is the channel open yet?
Channel's open.
Attention, Klingon vessels. This is Captain Secure of the Klingon Federation Joint Force operating outside of Narendra Station. We implore you to stand down and not die. I repeat, today is not a good day to die. Why are you firing upon us? On loop. Send.
Okay. The Jessitar nods and
Puts it through.
so puts it through. It's looping, sir.
Very well.
Is that
Keep
all of
me
our
apprised.
actions?
That is all of your actions. So
Okay.
now we're gonna cut to the Klingons because they got that surprise attack.
What
I'm gonna
about
on.
us?
Hold on. I'm gonna have the Klingon that was closest to the freighter moves towards the freighter, and I'm gonna give them a.
Because I have such a good idea, but okay.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, they're
You
gonna
can
try
use
to
that
steal it
idea in
forward.
hell.
Con.
Oh, please tell me they're doing what I think they're doing.
Killing them.
Please tell me they're trying
They
to
do it.
tractor that damn new torpedo.
No, you recognize there's a spike of energy coming from it. They're transporting the torpedo onto their ship.
But we have the detonator.
But they have shields. No,
So
well,
they'll be blown up from the inside.
there will be a moment before their shields come back up while the thing's rematerializing.
Yeah. So they
Okay.
use power for this. And
That's true.
but that's what I say. They move, they transport, they bring their shields down, and they transport, and then they cloak, and they disappear.
And we don't have what's the term? Attack of opportunity since the shields went down.
Well, they're too far away, and it was their turn. This all happens like instantly. You get hit, you get fired at. The Vasquez moves forward because Baj was already on top of this when this happened, and they fire, and then they are they're completely out of range too. There's two within two slots. You could hit fire at them, but now they cloak and they're gone. Now
All right.
it's the runabout. You guys are up.
Okay, really quick.
Can I press the detonate button?
No, before you do that, Jumo, I hope you're feeling saucy. Warp us back into the sector with the freighter, and then we're going to broadcast the detonate signal on wideband.
He looks back at you, goes, "You're crazy, Chief." But I like it.
We
Let's
can't-
do it.
Let them get this torpedo.
You're warping through their squares, trying to get there, warping between
Get
two.
into range.
I believe the
okay.
Earth term is cowboy up.
We're gonna cut him off at the pass.
By the way, I also have the sweat dripping down my face nervousness going on, because this is once again, not my strong suit.
All right, so let's go with Starship Combat. There's a departments. There's an actual thing for Starship Functions for. I think it's just 2 powers what it uses, but I'm gonna double check that.
And then if we have
warp.
a third action, I would also like to try to get our shields back.
The number of zones to be moved. So it's 2 power. It's gonna be 2 power.
Yep. We have that.
And page 219. Okay, hold on. So there's actually a warping out of combat situation, which you guys should technically do. So this is going to be a. Okay, so he has to also. Okay.
So it's a
It's a com. Go ahead and roll for Jumo. It's a control con task. Difficulty 0, and it's assisted by the engines plus con.
okay. So I'll. Can you pull Jumo up, Dal, and I'll do the ship.
Sure.
Engines plus con, you said.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you say? What do you say for Jumo? That would be control and.
And it needs to go. It needs to choose the power. A ship may not spend more power to go to warp than its engine score. So
We're good. Our engine score is 8.
Yeah.
So what do you say for Jumo?
It's a control contest task.
Control con. Can I use either astronavigation or evasive action or small craft?
Yes, small craft specialty.
Small
so yes.
craft. Small craft.
Jumo,
and we have, and I'll use a momentum.
He'll make a comment about it's like, I like you're crazy. I tried to do one of this once to a Cardassian attack ship back during the occupation. It worked, kind of.
Was the challenge? Was the difficulty?
It's difficulty 0, so it's he has 2 challenge dice. It's a complication issue.
Yeah, the ship got a success.
Ship's got a success, so it's definitely.
I clicked.
And by the
Definitely
way,
clicked.
It takes a
real
while
quick
for it to come
insert. Just real quick insert. When I spent those 2 momentum. What did you?
Jumo, best pilot in the fleet.
Okay, we are maxed on momentum.
So, I think technically you have to do this per scene, but just because he has so many successes, I'm just gonna like flavor this. Jumo turns the ship around. He arcs it around as he does, and starts punching it in.
turns.
Yeah, like he literally just like hits the brakes, flips like a full brake turn, handbrake turn, and then quickly punches in the coordinates and bursts into warp straight through the two Klingon birds of prey towards the freighter, and he arrives just outside of the freighter into the zone.
All right.
Now,
And then, yeah.
were you going to say, Bosch?
Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. But earlier when I spent 2 momentum, that's negated because my thing didn't spend those 2 momentum. That's all.
Oh, it's okay. Okay. So you guys got a lot of momentum back. You guys got
we're full.
5 momentum from that. He just makes it look easy. It's insane. You guys watched it how quickly he's able to turn that around. Now you guys can try to hit the detonate button.
Yeah, specifically, and I apologize if I'm the ranking officer on this ship. Never
Yes,
mind,
you
I
are.
don't apologize. Dal, broadcast the detonate signal, wideband, increased intensity to get through any shielding they might have put around their transporting bay.
Got it.
Okay, give me a control check for that.
Can it be con and daring check?
Yes, I will give you a con and daring check, and it's difficulty
right.
4.
I will use 3 momentum.
Yeah.
And I would like to assist.
Okay.
Y'all might as well spend as much momentum as possible. Make sure you succeed that.
Yeah. Do I get a focus? Quantum mechanics, maybe? Nah.
No focus. No focus.
Could use a
okay.
determination. You're determined to press that button.
Nah. I'll just press it.
All right.
Press Bhutan.
Dead.
Let's see if it goes.
Ooh.
Okay, am
No. You beep, 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 and then you just get an error message. It comes back as an error. And you also read out in the message that the remote detonator has been disabled. All right.
We're
now
too late.
It is. You guys decided to warp back into this, so these guys are going to take some parting shots. They are.
I mean,
going
we're the same distance away from them that we were before.
I know, but you could have warped away. So they're going to actually move into your area. Let me move some stuff around so you guys are makes a little bit more sense. So
I used 3 momentum and still nothing.
I mean, I wasn't expecting you guys to be ballsy and try to kill yourselves by remotely detonating a quantum torpedo that could kill you in the same range as this quantum torpedo.
I trust Cole's shields.
Which are at 25%, by the way, which you guys didn't fix.
Shit.
All right, here we go. They're going
On the bright
to-
side, we're all wearing environmental suits.
Yes, they're going to fire.
They're red, though.
They hit for sure. One of them does with its disruptors. There's no way that thing's at 11. Let me look at the disruptors for like what they normally are. There should be a readout somewhere.
It was a pleasure serving with you, Dal.
Starships, there we go. Ship rules, departments, shields, power, distance scale, ship actions, crew support. Where is the weapons? You guys see it?
I'm looking.
Wait for bird of prey. You need that.
No, I just need because I just pumped in the 11, which is the actual score it is. I know it's like plus its security score. I'll probably just do that security score, which is 4, so that must be a 6. Holy shit. Or 7. There's no way the disruptors are 7. I'll just say it's 10. Disruptor cannons, close range, firing.
Oh man.
Oh, you could have
Actually-
spent determinate. We wouldn't have a good determination.
That's wrong. That's wrong. That's my bad. I gotta set it to the wrong.
That is
wrong.
way too many dice.
Yeah. Let me do it again. Still, that's about what it was. Wait, that is way too many dice.
No. Yeah. So, what's their security on that thing? 4?
Oh no, my bad. It's 1.
Is that the number?
Because it's weapons. That should be right.
It's
weapons.
That's
not
still
security.
like 14 dice.
That seems
Okay,
excessive.
how are you calculating this, Paul? Because the sheet automatically calculates like your security and all the other relevant stuff. So you need to just put in.
I'll just put it in the challenge dice, just because the sheet's messed up. Because like the stats that I pulled from the core book, and the core book already puts the maximum up there. The sheet is pulling from the base stats plus all the scores. So I'll just do this.
Roll it again because it's not popping up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the challenge dice are weird.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do it again.
While this is all happening, Secure is thumbing through a catalog of new bridge officers.
And now does not want to do the challenge dice at all.
Why don't I just roll it off of a sheet? How many do you
There we
need?
go. There we go.
Okay, there you go.
There we go. That's
Okay.
right.
That
So that's-
seems slightly more sane and like good roll for us.
9 damage, and you guys had how many shields
Eh.
left?
So 2 shield and then whatever
2
hull we have.
2 hull, so that's 4.
So we still
this-
take a breach.
Still
no,
5
it has to be.
damage.
Well, no, because you've got 9, so 2 shields plus 2. Yeah, still take a breach. And the breach, they're going after your engines, so you take a breach to your engines. The engines just spark as you take disruptor cannon fire, and then
Secure
go ahead.
turns to Baj and goes, "I hear Andorans are in vogue this season."
And then
Oh
they fire.
man.
They fire again. Do they hit?
Again?
The other one does. They hit. Why does it says engines con? That's weird. Hold on, let me do the right one.
Well,
the first one
I'm
hits.
getting issues with Roll20 again. So,
Okay, so they still hit. And
so we
they're
have
getting-
1 breach to the engines.
Yes, 1 breach to the engines. Whoa! Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 16 damage. So that
which
is
system.
to your engines. Your engines are destroyed. The Husix
That's 3
engines.
Well, that brings us to 4 out of 6 breaches.
4 out of 6? Why did you get 6?
I think that's for the entire ship.
Yeah.
Well. If I look at the sheet, each component has 6 little breach points we could apply to.
Okay.
Because
so,
because the sheet doesn't care what size your ship is.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go over the breaches real quickly. The effect of the sheep breach to a system varies based on two factors: which system was hit and how many breaches that system has already suffered. For each system, a breach has immediately impact a short-term penalty, such as being unable to use that system for a turn. When the number of breaches suffered to that system exceeds certain thresholds, so the total number of breaches the communications system, communications damage. Let's go with engines. Destroyed. If the total number of breaches to the engine system has suffered exceeds the ship's scale. How many breaches have you guys had?
4.
And the ship's scale is 2. Yeah. The engine, the ship's then the system is been destroyed and cannot be repaired.
Well, I'm just guessing, because if it's 1 breach per 5 damage and we just got 16 damage, that's another extra 3 breaches.
But you also reduce
the
2.
hull would, yeah.
So it would actually be 2 breaches. So you're still destroyed, but it's not as bad.
We are destroyed, or is the engines are destroyed?
The engines are destroyed.
Okay, good.
All right. So, so you lose 3 power at the end of the round. So it has normal capable of 0. So it's out of power. Remaining, meaning it will begin the subsequent scenes with 0 power. Further, the roll a number of deltas equal to the number of breaches that ships has. So I will roll that, which is you have 4 breaches or 3 breaches? 3 total.
3. So hull would have kept us from getting another one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So 3. Whoa, what the heck? There we go, 3. So 1. All right. So you have 1 delta. Let me double check that. For the number, further, roll a number of equal to number of breaches. That engine has suffered beyond the ship's scale. So you only have to roll 1 because your scale is 2, so you had 3 breaches, so you've had 1 additional one. So I'll roll that again. 1 breach. Nothing. I'll just say that's a nothing. So
okay,
you do not suffer a warp core breach. Yeah.
I'm glad we were able to finagle that.
Yet. We don't suffer a warp core breach yet.
The subsequent breaches caused by the engine's higher. Okay, so with that, they're also going to cloak. So after they destroy the engines of the Husik, and you guys are just tossed around, beams everywhere. It's like a rock party up in the Husik, just rocks all over the place. You guys are drifting, just. The both of the nacelles are just completely shot off the ship. There is no nacelles left on that on the Husik as it's drifting. Now,
did we take any stress or wounds or anything?
I'm sure we did.
Yes.
Mental stress.
I'll give you guys another 2 stress each for that. Just because, like, the ship was able to take most of it, but your ship is ruined right now. You have to rebuild those engines.
Sorry.
All right. Now it is the Vasquez. You just see all of these ships disappear.
Apart from ours.
Yeah, your ship, their ship is completely disabled.
Just slowly listing and turning.
Mr. Erickson, bring us forwards. I turn to Baaj and I nod.
Okay, he'll bring you forward. Do you want to warp towards them, or do you want to just regular impulse?
What would be the difference in terms of movement? Also, Baaj, computer, the galactic translator has gone to mute. Can you please fix that?
Sorry. Now I have to get back into my frame of mind. Lower shields and beam them over immediately. Engineering or transporter room 1.
You're gonna beam them over. Okay, you're definitely within range to beam, unless you guys want to transport like a.
Captain, I have a feeling if we approach, we may be caught in a trap.
It does indeed feel like one. Okay, we shall hold position for now. Let us beam them across and appraise the situation.
Jensen
what of
needs...
the missile?
Okay, hold up. Jensen needs to give me a engineering control of difficulty 2 to beam all of them back.
Do I still have Jensen's character sheet open? I don't. One moment.
Go ahead. There, Secure.
I should do it.
Oh.
No. You said you were saying something, Secure.
I have lost my Vulcan train of mind.
You gotta focus, Daxon, because of transporters.
Yeah.
Control engineering?
And focused.
Yes.
For the
Difficulty
ship
2.
Do we
Assisted
have
by the
momentum?
ships. Yes.
We still have some momentum, yeah.
You have like 1 momentum because you used 4.
Gonna spend a point.
Okay. And the
I
ship
have
also
derailed
assists.
my-
Yes.
Sorry,
the
just
ship,
No, it's alright.
the ship assists engines engineering, or no, not engines, computers engineering,
I'm gonna double check that, but
Sounds about right.
or it's either computers or sensors. I'm sure.
Come on, roll 20. I pressed the button.
Sensors and engineering.
Okay, I'm rolling for the ship now.
Try pressing the button again.
Looks like it's down again. Nothing's happening.
There
Here we
it
go.
goes. Hey!
We beamed you guys super good.
And you guys get all of the momentum back. But give me a Baaj, give me a double check this real quick. A control con task, difficulty 1.
That was
Yeah.
HP pressing the button again
Yeah,
5
that's
minutes
fine.
ago.
Okay, so you get two more momentum, but you notice that the trajectory you're able to, because you're a Klingon officer, you can track ships in cloak. You can tell based off of the trajectory and what your sensors are showing that they are they're definitely going towards Romulan space.
So they're not interested in the shuttle.
It would appear that they have what
Where
they need.
where did we get transported to the
Transporter bay.
transporter room?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
not
By
straight
the
to
way,
the bridge. This is
as
not a
soon as
Lonely
they-
O'Brien comic.
No. Though, as soon as we rematerialize, Cole rips his helmet off
Yeah,
and just chucks it.
just really
I fo-
angrily.
I follow, and I'm just gonna say, those weren't Klingons, were they?
Well, we don't. We're not. Well, you guys are in the transporter room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
saying to Daxon. I'm saying after Daxon as he's storming out of the transporter room.
No, I don't storm out. I take my helmet off. I chuck it across the room.
Just
You say that, and I
boom.
say, I don't give a shit if they were Klingons or not. Jensen, transport me to engineering.
Jensen's. Yes, Chief. Use 2 power because there's 1 power from the transport and the other power from
Yeah.
the.
Second one. Yeah.
I'm gonna take the turbo lift to the bridge.
And then I'm gonna direct the con to
Jumo's
get close
gonna come back up, but
to
yeah.
get close to the runabout, scoop it, and then I'm gonna give him basically the idea of how to track. Like I'm gonna guide him through how to track.
Okay,
him.
so you want to warp to there, or do you want to use just impulse?
Well, first I want to grab the runabout.
I know, but you're going to get to the runabout. So do you want to warp there, or do you want to use impulse?
What? Yeah, I mean, if I know where we're gonna. Oh yeah, warp to the thing.
Okay, so
Warp
you
to
warp. You warp. Have Jumo. I'll do Jumo real quick. He'll take over for this one. Control con 2. It's a difficulty 0, and you have to use 3 power for this one.
Okay. Jesus, 3 power.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's 1 power per zone you warp through.
Oh, okay. So how does that work when you do long distance
Let's
warping?
save the power and
That's
do.
sustained warp. This is tactical warping.
This is tactical warping. Well, if you do that, it'll still take 3 power, but you'll just move it at impulse speeds.
Yeah, no, then we'll just warp to it and grab it. So we're at 5 power now.
He just has to do a check to be able to. Like with impulse, he doesn't have to do a check. But you've got fucking Jumo. I think I finally decided that he's just Vin Diesel's character from Fast and the Furious.
It is just Vin Diesel with like the Bajoran like
with the Bajoran ridges on his face. Yeah.
You gotta talk like
But
this.
no, but he is wearing an earring, but you don't see it on either of his ears.
By the way, as soon as Cole lands in engineering, he doesn't even talk to anybody. He just like grabs what data he can from the connection to the Husik before it went down about the message we got back about the detonator being deactivated.
Mm-hmm.
And like the band that it responded on, and goes and starts reconfiguring the deflector dish.
Okay. So
for a higher boost signal, and that's all happening.
Okay. So wait, we need to do the right scene for this. You guys are still in red alert. So you guys are shields. I'm sure your shields are back up by now.
Yeah, as soon as we got them aboard, we would have. Yeah.
I don't know why it's not working. Let's do.
Where's my rouge mood? Come on, there we go.
There you go.
All right.
I'll bring the volume back anyways. So as you guys warp in and start tractoring the Husik into the ship, your sensors pick up a fleet, 6 ships a little bit low, like smaller than your ship, all approaching you.
What kind of ships are they?
They're the Takarian ships.
Okay.
Takaran ships, and the message comes in instantly
on screen.
You see a furious captain, military uniform, stripes on the side, all that kind of stuff, who is like who basically says, Captain, you let the Klingons violate Takarian space. You're to stand down. We're to arrest you for treason, for conspiracy to disrupt Takarian affairs.
To me that sounds completely wrong. I'm gonna see if he's trying to do a power move.
You don't even need to. He's just pissed. You can like the second it comes up, you're just sensing anger. This man is irrationally angry right now.
Sure, but shouldn't he be aware that Klingons and Federation are working in tandem on this?
Yeah, which is why he blames you for it.
I come into view. Say that again? Because I guarantee you, if anybody's going to track those Klingons down, it is I.
You're working with the Klingons. I know you are. You Federation Klingons are an alliance. You stole our technology.
Pachach!
Cole, recognizing that everything from the bridge is being piped through, reaches over and just slams the mute button.
You have 30 seconds, Captain.
Really quick, Paul.
Yeah.
Jabrin gave me the schematics for the whole simulation, right?
Yes.
Which included everything about the torpedo that had been programmed into the simulation.
Yes.
And Jabrin didn't necessarily seem like he was all that he cared too much about security and that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
He just gave me the whole program?
Yes.
I want to strip the override code for the torpedo from the program.
Okay.
Just so we're putting it out there.
Okay. We'll deal with this, and then we'll get to that one. Captain, what do you do?
Captain, I feel like you are acting irrationally. Explain what you mean by we allowed Klingons to defile your space. We are but one ship here within your sector. The Klingons appeared from nowhere. Surely this is a shortcoming on Takarian defense and not us. I assure you we have nothing to do with this Klingon incursion. However, give us time and we shall remedy what has happened.
Give me a presence command check. Difficulty 2.
Presence command check. Okay, one
I
sec.
will assist him.
Assist me.
Yeah.
Attack! There, that's my assist.
Alright. Presence command difficulty 2. Roll. I got a 3. 2-1. And she also got a success.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys have two additional stuff. Two additional. You already maxed out on your. I'm sure at this point. It's not even bothering. So the captain seems to calm down a little bit. And you do that, we'll be chasing the Klingons.
Very well.
And he hangs
Secure
up.
out.
Yeah, hangs up
The
before
double
you.
hang.
The double hang. He
And then
and
I
and
shared
you-
with the captain how I'm I just did take that
yeah,
moment.
how tracking it. Okay,
Captain, I know how to track them. I can find them.
Okay, so
Do so.
the ships race off to chase after the Klingons, but you know that their technology isn't high enough. They don't have the kind of speed that the Vasquez has. The only people who's going to catch them is the Vasquez.
I'm gonna walk up to the. Well, I'm actually behind. I'm just gonna turn around to the security console, and I will transfer my stuff to like the left half, so Baj has immediate access to sensors and stuff.
Okay, so at this point, we're going to pause for a moment because I want you to ask you some questions to think about. What are Klingon birds of prey doing in Federation space?
But this isn't Federation space.
It's not Federation, but like it's definitely not Klingon space.
Yep.
It's a Federation protectorate essentially. It's
Okay.
an ally.
Yeah.
Baj, what do you think?
Honestly, I'm not good at puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, like out of character, I've never been good at them. I think that it has something to do with one. I think that it could, if the Duras sisters are still alive, I would immediately suspect them.
The Duras sisters aren't still alive, but remember that at this point there is a Duras family member that's still alive. The
Yeah.
Duras, this younger son of the Duras, a younger.
Yeah.
Duras.
He's like a teenager or something.
Yeah.
I would think that it has to do with what, in some
Torah.
way, maybe what Meyer and I know about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because that came to play in an earlier episode a little bit. I also I'm kind of wondering if it's the same thing that somebody else was wondering, if it's actually like not Klingons aboard. It might be Romulans posing as Klingons.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And remember as well that by Federation treaty, Klingons cannot cloak in Federation space.
Yeah, and so that's another reason I think it's either like a sect of this thing that's going on, that's like, again, that's me and Meyer know about, or it's Romulans posing as Klingons to steal the technology.
But how would they even know? How would Klingons know that the technology even existed?
Yeah.
I don't think they do. I think it's
I
Romulans,
glanced
and
at
Romulans somehow worked on
Jabroni.
this.
I glanced at Jabroni.
All right. So I just wanted to give you guys a pause moment to kind of think about this and think about it out loud. About
But we need to finish retrieving. We
Go
need
ahead.
to. We need to.
Go ahead, Secure.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, my thoughts are we actually in reality right now still, or did we ever?
I had the thought of like just being holodeck end program.
Mm-hmm. You do that?
Yeah, at this point I'm just pissed.
Yeah.
So-
How did I
didn't
can program? The computer goes error. Please restate command.
That's not the error I would expect to get back.
we did fix all the holodeck programs, like the layouts. Oh, did Secure fix his seat?
I wouldn't have touched that.
Did I fix my seat?
No,
No,
you
we
didn't
didn't
fix the
fix
seat
the
in the
seats.
program. And the seat is the right seat. You're not in a dream within a dream, guys. We're on an Inception episode.
I know. I think we're getting a little too focused. I'm agreeing.
It's not a
like,
gazebo.
yeah.
It's just a gazebo,
Okay.
guys. It's just a gazebo.
Okay, get a top and spin it in your hand and see if
See if it falls.
I mean, it would fall on your hand. It's an uneven surface. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
guys. Freaking amateur hour.
Well, in that case, I feel like, yeah, it has to be Romulans or just some dissident Klingon group, perhaps.
I mean, who did we have issues with up until this point?
That could be that lady.
The lady?
The lady!
Paja.
Paja.
Yeah.
Could be. Okay.
We would have had to have a mole for that to be Paja.
Well,
Not
you
only
also,
would it have to be a mole, it would have to be somebody who, and this is out of character, but I'm still speaking as secure because it's just, this is how it's happening.
It's only logic.
It's only logical.
You're going full critical role, speaking
Yeah.
in your character's voice when you're speaking out of character.
It's easier this way.
yeah.
But anyway, I, Secure, got a comm from the Admiral, from Hebert, and we went straight away from the Rendra station all the way to this place here without telling anybody else. There was no outside communications. Whoever knew we were coming here to get this missile knew beforehand. MHO.
Okay. Now, as you guys are tracking, because Baj, you taught Jumo to track the particles.
Advice, yeah.
So he's able to track it pretty easily, and you guys are warped off. This is a new scene, so all of your momentum is cleared. You're warped off. You get a very terse message to you directly, Secure, from Starfleet Command, who seem to have gotten the word about this incident. And the message is very specific. Find out what's going on, and under no circumstances are you to allow the Klingons to leave Federation space with a Tarkarian torpedo, especially if they're delivering it to the Romulans, who we suspect covet the weapon for use in their own nefarious designs.
Aye, sir.
It's just a text, it's like a subspace text, kind of thing.
Okay, then I reply, aye, sir, with an emoji of LLAP.
Yeah.
What?
LLAP.
Which, by the way,
Okay.
should be is a great thing for greetings if you're not trying to do handshakes
if
anymore.
Baj gets to see this message, she says, "I'm going to go with the phrase that Earthers use, no shit Sherlock."
I'm more partial to the no shit Jessica Fletcher myself.
Yeah.
No response.
I look at the captain. I just look at the captain and I just kind of say, should we engage our experimental tech?
I don't believe that is entirely necessary. Unless, of course, you do. You know who we were hunting down. Would it be necessary, Baj?
They would not expect it from the Federation.
This is true. Okay?
Let's do it.
Blue alert.
If I can get the blue alert to work. Blue alert.
Or AKA teal feel.
Yeah. We're using the stealth drive.
Yes.
Okay. So this basically turns you into a runabout. It turns the projections into a runabout, size in terms of anyone's trying to read you long distance.
And by this
Don't
point,
talk to me about runabouts right now.
We've already grabbed the runabout. Like we have the runabout.
It's in
bay.
pieces though. Like he's gonna have to rebuild the engines from scratch, kind of thing.
Yeah, but at least he has it.
I calm the chief officer and I ask, Chief, how far with your I know you're busy, but how far with what you're doing?
So this is where it comes back to what I said I was trying to do, which is first operating under the assumption that Jabrin is the kind of absent-minded scientist who, when he's programming his torpedo into a simulation, would give it the actual security codes.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, you pull out the actual security codes for the detonation. You're trying to broadcast it again, aren't you?
So now that we have a direction that we're going, the first thing I'm doing is trying to reconfigure the deflector dish to amplify the signal.
Okay. So give me a engineering control or daring engineering, because you're doing this on the fly.
Indeed.
Difficulty 3.
Did we have time to do a scan on the birds of prey to identify sort of any factions or at least model year?
You could give me a reason or security check because your passive sensors would have picked up all that.
I mean,
okay.
I have starship recognition. I could have told you the model year.
Okay,
Yeah,
Baj,
exactly.
Baj, give me a reason security check with focus.
Okay.
Difficulty 3 or difficulty 2 because you have. I'll just say that because it's easier.
By the way-
And I'm guessing the Klingon house isn't denoted on the livery of the ship.
It usually is. Yeah, they usually have the
okay.
Klingon house on the livery.
So,
Go ahead.
I understand that discretion is the better part of valor, so as pissed as I am, I'm actually having Weathers do the deflector modification because that's
he's
a
got
specialty
training.
for him.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm just assisting.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
Okay.
it seems Baj has 2 successes.
So success, you only needed 2, so that's exactly what you needed. Baj, you recognize your knowledge of Klingon, ships is invaluable at this point, especially since you have starship recognition on top of that. You also have the ship assisting for you for
For the deflector dish.
Right.
the reflector dish. So it would be engineering, comm, or let me double check.
Okay. Computers engineering?
It would be
Communication engineering, probably.
communication engineering. Yeah.
Here, I'll roll it. There you go. 1.
There we go.
Okay, so 3 successes and a
Successes.
complication.
Yeah. So, and you needed difficulty 3. So,
Yep.
first off, Baj, those 3 Klingon birds of prey were from the House of Duras, which disappeared during the Civil War, and there was it was thought that they had disappeared into Romulan space. So they're definitely working. Those are definitely, at very least, Duras, House of Duras is involved in somehow.
Darge is going to channel his inner Klingon and go, Duras has no honor!
Agreed.
He has the honor of a worm!
The fact that you're standing next to Baj and your empathy is just like,
Yes.
she gets super pissed, so you start yelling.
You can't not feel her anger. It's just
Yeah.
everywhere.
Basically,
parroting
yeah.
empathy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The empathy parrot. That's doll now.
So you're able to successfully transmit, just at the border, Baj, the sensors start showing up that one of the ships seems to have stopped. Still active, but it seems to have stopped. Just as the team has sent out their pulse from the deflector dish. So whatever it seemed to happen, it seems to have had some effect. Whatever you did.
Yay.
Have they popped up on our sensors? Have they dropped cloak?
Yeah.
Oh.
They've dropped cloak. All 3 ships have dropped cloak right on the border of the Romulan space.
I'm going to.
Shall we go after them?
Well, I'm going to tell Jumo to basically position himself that he's above, but like in front of them, so they won't we won't be in their immediate view when we attack.
Okay.
And I'm
I'll
gonna
be
tell the
back
captain-
in a minute. Sorry, guys.
I'm gonna tell the captain. I'm gonna say, Captain Secure, this is House Duras. They are known for their dealings with the Romulans. They
I
are
see.
dishonored in the Empire, and they must be destroyed.
Very well, then it is imperative that we take care of them now.
It's always imperative that the Duras die.
Right.
Do
She's
we
an
get a
angry
return signal from the torpedo like we did last time?
Yes. This time it says something to the effect of partial activation.
Keep us at a safe distance.
All right.
Well, he muted us, so he can't hear anything we're talking about. So
Yeah.
I really don't want to get in, metagame situation, but
You don't know he unmuted us.
All
I
right,
know.
so
Just pointing it out.
Yeah.
make sure.
What I miss?
Well, I'm sorry to say, it is with a
Everyone's
heavy
dead.
heart. Yeah.
Turns out the quantum torpedo was on our ship, and I detonated it.
Oh, please no. I can't deal with that today.
It turns out the quantum torpedo was inside us all along.
The real quantum torpedo was the friends we killed along the way.
Okay, so you guys arrive. I'm going to swap you guys as well from there to the next situation. You guys arrive at the I don't think I have the blue alert on this
Great
one.
Wall.
I hit the wrong button. Do I have? I don't have blue alert up, so I'm just gonna do that for now. So you guys arrive. Let me back this up a little bit so you guys can see. So the pink represents the neutral zone, and the of course you guys are right there. So you guys arrive right as you see right as you get towards the edge of it. You guys come out of warp. A little bit ways
Immediate
away.
scan of the ships.
You don't even have to scan. You can already see something that's kind of weird.
Is one smoking? Is it failing emission standards?
The ship,
Are they moving through time at a slower rate?
So the middle ship is its powers are just throwing off some crazy fluctuations aboard that. None of the ships are cloaked. Two of them appear to have taken defensive positions around this third one. So these two, the other two that are not in the middle, are like kind of defending it. Let me put it to the right. I'm in the right position. So they are.
Actually, scans into Romulan space to see if maybe, possibly, we can detect any Romulan ships coming our way.
Okay, give me
I have a theory.
give me a reason science, or not a reason, control science for that one.
Control science. Would it be good if it was reason science? Yeah, I don't have a... we'll use... You know what? One momentum for this. Since I don't have a focus. Ugh.
There
So
is
yeah,
a ship.
it's really hard to see. There's a ship in the distance.
No. I mean, we get to the ship gets to assist, right?
Oh yeah.
Go for it.
Computers or obviously sensors.
Also, if the ship is assisted with sensors, we get extra momentum or something?
If we succeed.
If you succeed, yeah.
If we succeed, yeah.
So, sorry, it's sensors and what?
Let me double check this
For the
ship
ship?
real quick. It would be sensors and con would be this one.
Okay. Roll.
Yes.
Okay, so you're not able to see any ships on the Romulan side of the neutral zone, but you are picking up like possible, using the stuff that you know about cloaking technology from Baj. You're picking up possible like trace elements of other ships in the vicinity. Now, I'll give you guys some time because the ships are definitely moving towards you. They look like they're the other two ships that are defending the third ship are moving towards you. They've already fired upon you.
Aggressive stance.
Aggressive stance, yeah.
So they know we're here, so the stealth didn't work, so red alert.
It does work. Remember, it just reduces your signature to a size 2 versus your size 4. So it looks
Right.
you look like a smaller ship.
Okay.
Can we
but
do
because we have
both
civilians
stealth
on
drive and
board-
red alert?
Yeah, because we have civilians on board, I say red alert because otherwise I'll be held on tribunal like that one episode where he didn't change the yellow alert and that, yeah.
Yeah.
So
There we go.
I have a theory based on previous things that happened in this episode, by the way.
Okay.
I think they were trying to integrate the torpedo into their own systems when I activated, and it started leeching their power.
That's not a bad idea.
Okay. So,
I mean, it should have blown them to smithereens if it went off.
I call him the chief officer, and I say, Chief, I don't know what you're trying to do. However, we do know that the quantum torpedo is in fact within their hull. So I would like you to do whatever you can do within your power in order to detonate it as soon as you can. Over. Secure out.
On it.
All right.
Because again, there's still an open channel between the bridge and engineering now.
It's not. You muted it.
You muted it.
Yeah, I muted them.
Oh,
They didn't mute me.
you can hear him, they can't hear you. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Though
right.
I mean, it's been long enough now that I've unmuted it, and we're.
Yeah.
Oh, you meant you muted your side.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you guys aren't making any aggressive moves towards them, they will make an aggressive move towards you.
No, we are making. Oh no.
Oh no, that was just my first. I mean, like, how many actions do I have in this initiative thing?
Because you guys surprised them, you guys will have
Yeah.
3 actions.
So we're
Okay.
Surprise round. Yeah.
All right. Number 1, at will.
They're within torpedo range if you want to use threat.
I'm using a focus.
Okay.
Yes.
My man.
I want to do this time. I want to do precision targeting on the one that has the device.
The one that's on the
So-
device is disabled. It's not moving.
Yeah,
we're blow
the
it
other
up.
two are moving.
You're gonna blow it up. Okay, do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Why not?
Its shields are down, so go for it.
I'm also just like punching away at the console, trying to like
Do we have
partial
a?
activation.
By the
my
way,
ass.
did the sensor readings give us a general area of like is it loaded in their? Did you say it was? Like,
It's loaded in their
weapon
cargo.
system?
It's loaded
It's
in
in
the
their cargo, so I would want to target, since I'm doing precision targeting, I want to target specific systems that are nearest their cargo bay.
Okay. So
And
that would be targeting those systems will reduce. You can do targeting, but I believe it's a you have a reduced chance to hit it.
No, I don't. I have extensive knowledge of the ship systems and operations. Easily target specific systems when attacking. When the character makes an attack that targets a specific system, they may re-roll 1d20 in their dice pool, and the attack gains the piercing 1 damage effect.
Ooh. Okay.
So yeah, I don't
for
get
it.
any reduction in
Badass.
ability.
Or should I say gangster?
Should I do daring or control security?
I think it's control security.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
if you
it
want to
is.
do a daring security, I'm
love
not
to.
going. I'm not going to deny that. You are going balls to the wall because you guys are within the blast radius of this thing if it goes off.
We are behaving very non-Starfleet.
Well, she's not Starfleet, and she's very angry that the Duras are fucking around. So
Also, the Starfleet gave you very explicit orders that thing is not to
That
yeah, that's
Not to escape.
By all means
I
possible.
take it back.
I would like to remind you, out of character, this is a joint Klingon Federation enterprise right now.
And what's the ship's role on that? It's weapons.
It is
security? Yeah.
weapon security. Yeah.
And then, okay, but we got a 3,
You needed a 2 to hit it, so you hit it. Roll me some
so we
damage.
get a momentum too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm using the phaser arrays with piercing added, mind you.
Is phaser arrays, are they long distance? I thought you said you were using torpedo.
Oh, I'll use a torpedo. Hell yeah.
Yeah, because
yeah,
it's
that's what I.
because
Yeah.
phasers
Okay.
I think are medium. They may be medium to close.
So
and
our photon torpedoes already have high yield. Now they get piercing 1.
oh god, so they just ignore one of their armor.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Sorry, I don't mean to be so loud. I'm so happy.
You cut the thing in half.
Let me check its stats. Oh god.
You know who else is in the blast radius? Those other ships.
Ships. Okay, so they have no shields. So and their resistance is now 4. So that is, and each of those deltas represents additional damage if it hits, right, for high yield.
It's yes, and the piercing 1 on each of those as well.
Piercing 1 just means it just ignores one of the armor. So
Okay.
So it's now resistance 4 rather than 5.
Oh,
so,
okay. I see what you meant. Okay.
Yeah. So it
high yield.
So high yield is it doesn't it do additional damage if it
I believe it was half the damage. So if those are each 2 apiece, it would be 5 extra damage.
well, it has no shields, so it's 4. So that means you have and each of those is 1, I think. So
Okay.
1, 2, 3. So you do 3 damage
On top of that.
on top of that,
So that's a total of...
and then half of that, so which is 1. So it's a total of 4 damage. You're doing full spread. So it doesn't do a breach, but you definitely hit them for a lot of damage. Where are your do they not have? They don't have stress, do they? They just have shields. So.
Of note, we ignore 1 point of armor for each effect rolled.
Oh shit! That's what that piercing means.
Yeah, piercing X means you ignore X points of total resistance for each effect.
Literally all
rolled.
of their armoring
gone.
was ignored there.
So that's 5, 6, 8 damage total. So you get 1 breach to the hull. Roll me as well. Roll me 2d2.
Oh god, dogs next door.
Yeah, give me 2 additional challenge dice, Baaj. If it is, if you roll a 4 or higher, that torpedo will go off. It goes off.
2. He said 2 though.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I told her at will, so she can re-roll that 0, right?
Well, we got it on the first one anyway. So.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, because it's 4 or higher, and that's technically a 6 is the delta.
Right.
So,
Okay.
all right. Wow. So, this torpedo is going to do a lot of damage.
That's
a lot of damage.
We still have an action though. We can take evasive maneuver, or we can just get the hell out of there.
Yeah, you can try to warp out. It'll be a high.
We can.
Or all shields to forward or something. I don't know.
There is shield redirection, I think, as a task. It's up to you guys, because you see this thing explode, and it's happening in seconds. As this thing hits, you see a rupture, and then a blinding white light.
Brace. Yeah, you going?
I was just saying, I see Bash fire the torpedoes, and I just yell out to engineering, "Buckle up, fuckle chucks!"
So this is the amount of damage.
That is actually transmitted through the bridge, right? Because
yes.
Yeah, since it's such a quick reaction, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, do we want evasive or do we want shield pooling?
Let me double check the stats
Or
for quantum
both?
torpedoes, but I'm pretty sure quantum torpedoes also do piercing damage rather than. Let me double check.
I think I had it up.
Yeah, because I don't remember exactly where it was, because I'm not used to quantums, because you guys don't use quantums. But quantums is an actual torpedo.
Yeah.
This is just like a mega quantum torpedo.
Yeah, I had it up.
well,
One
quantum torpedoes first were
This is they're just
first
like
contact.
Yeah, this is like the first. Well, they used them in DS9. The run up the Defiant was equipped with them, but it was one
Sure,
of the
but
first ships
Defiant
to
was
be
season
Defiant.
3, so it's not yet.
This is season 3.
Besides, these are experimental, so it
Yeah.
doesn't matter
Yeah,
chronologically.
Trying to find the weapons damage. Shift weapons. Here we go. Torpedo.
Yeah, 2371 was the first instance of a regular quantum torpedo.
Yeah. Torpedoes. Don't seem to say quantum torpedoes.
It does. 1 second. I had it, but I've lost it. 1 second, please, caller.
I mean, if I'm gonna vote, for
okay.
what we do-
Quantums are damage 4, vicious 1, and they have the calibration and high yield qualities.
Yep.
The
Wait, it
calibration.
says
This weapon requires careful
Yeah.
calibration before firing. This weapon cannot be used to attack unless prepare minor actions performed during the same turn. And this had vicious 1. So
Yeah,
it's-
vicious 1 and high yield.
Okay, so this is it's not going to be piercing, but it's also high yield, which means if the attack inflicts 1 or more breach to the system, then it inflicts an additional breach. Yeah, because you also hit that was 2 breaches that you hit on that cargo bay.
Yeah.
Which is why I said that. So, get ready. If you're going to do no evasive actions, are you doing evasive actions or anything else like that?
Are we doing
I
shields?
can't find a thing to like
Let's pull
boost
the shield
shields.
Evasive action, shields 4, get us out of here.
All right, so there is something in the shields.
At least not in the core book. I couldn't find anything.
Regenerate.
Probably in
shields.
command or tech.
It says regenerate shields. Yeah, I don't think there's no boost shields, but there's power management.
I mean, we could just like put all the shields so they're not spread around the ship,
Okay,
but to
so
the
you
area
know
of
what?
impact.
Give me a structure or a engineering control engineering task difficulty 1, assisted by the structure plus engineering, and let's just say you guys have this is essentially do a regenerate shields check, but do it. You're going to boost your shields by however many successes you make. So difficulty
what
1.
momentum do we have?
You have no momentum because this is a new scene.
Okay. I'm rolling
Unless you
for-
guys
Well,
need
no.
momentum.
For her attack, I think we got 1 momentum.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna spend that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
we
succeed.
got-
You need to get. So you succeed. Now anything above this, you get an additional bonus, but you get +2 to the ship shields.
Okay. Just verifying none of my focuses will apply. Got it.
We're just doing this way. Okay.
Ooh,
so you
nice.
guys get +5 to your shields. So your additional buffer of your shields to 5, because you're kind of rerouting power to your shields.
Nice.
And evasive action. Jumo's
We
going
have
to do the
18
evasive.
shield right now. Then
He's going to do the evasive action. I'm sorry. There is one. It's tactical. It's called Modulate Shields. It's a control security difficulty
But
successful.
you can only
shoots
do it if your
resistance.
shield. I thought I read that one, but you could only do it if your shields were at 0.
That's the
that's
the
regen
regenerate
shields.
shield. Yeah. There's Modulate Shields, which is
But-
that'll increase your resistance by 1, plus an additional 1 per momentum, repeatable. That just gives you better armor, basically. Whatever. We'll just do what we got already. And
yeah,
then,
18 in shields right now. Then
This is all happening over the course of how many seconds?
like 6 seconds.
All right.
Yeah. And then
Well, what's
evasive
the actual distance between the torpedo and us?
action.
In,
one zone.
not in cells, but in like proper distance units. I'm just calculating, speed of light and stuff like that. So how long do we have until the shockwave reaches us?
Let's just say 2 AU.
2 AU. That's 16 minutes.
Yeah. Or then it would be 1 AU. It would be. It's like less than a light year away. Well, maybe half a light year. Let's say half a light year between you and.
AU
versus
is
light
distance. AU is distance between Earth and Sun, so that's 8
remember.
minutes via light
We're-
speed.
Yeah. So it'd be
we were
half an
within
AU.
torpedo range.
Yes, which is
Yeah.
which is not a long distance. So maybe 25 kilometers.
Oh wow, we went
gonna be
from
fast.
millions of kilometers
Yeah,
to
yeah,
25.
It's the problem is that there's no like real hard fast. It's
Yeah.
really general rules
Yeah.
is how they work. So you don't have
I'm
a hard
just
fast
figuring
pace.
out whether we have the turns time to react,
Yeah.
or do we
You-
have a bit more
for-
to brace?
For dramatic sake, you have like a turn to react before this thing
Okay.
hits. Yeah.
Okay.
For drama's sake. For Star Trek, Star Trek style.
Yeah.
Let me pull up Jumo real quickly because he's going to.
For the sake of theater.
We're exactly knee-jerk reaction distance away.
Yes.
yeah, exactly.
Or
and then
plot
he-
distance.
It's plot distance.
Yeah, we're 2 PU away, 2 plot units away.
Go Jumo, go Jumo, go Jumo, go
Difficulty,
Jumo, go.
It's
Jumo's been on a roll today.
Jim has to
I
be
rolled
focused as
20.
flying.
a daring con for a daring con difficulty 1. He is good at daring con. Daring con difficulty 1.
Do it.
He is an ace pilot. Of course, he has daring.
Yes.
Jumo. Vin Diesel, the Bajoran.
So then it's Diesel Vin.
Diesel Vin, yes. Diesel Vin. So he succeeds you get 2 momentum back, and then you can do the ship. He's aided by the structure con of the ship. So if successful, this flight controller gains the next turns against a ship, all attacks made by the ship increase by difficulty by 1. So this power requirement of 1. So there's an additional power that's being done. You also drain power from the shields. So you have like 18 shields plus it's going to take a difficulty 2 to hit you. So first off, let's do... I'm going to do Starship task real quick. Just for this. Boop. Come on.
Come on. Come on,
The
roll
suspense
20.
is killing me.
I know.
Hopefully, it's not killing us.
Yeah. All
Oh.
right, the first one. I did the first one. The first
Okay.
one was that because I clicked it twice. It took a while to go through. So it doesn't hit you guys, luckily. But I'm going to do it for the other two. It hits the other ship, and then the last one, it misses. So it goes off and does... this is going to be nasty. If it will go. There we go. Wow, that was a lot of misses. That Klingon ship is real lucky.
They did something to that quantum torpedo.
Yeah. That's 1, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Could there be even more
14,
misses?
15, 16. 16 damage to the Klingon ship. So the Klingon ship is...
Chandler Sabine, could there be any more misses?
So that ship is destroyed. Explodes in a huge light. And all the other... One of the ships, this one right here, its shields go down. You guys can see that one.
Yeah,
that
the right
shields,
one.
The right one's shields go down. It doesn't seem to take any more damage. So it's now their turn. They are going to approach. They're going to move twice because they have 3 actions, and they're going to fire. Both of them. Now you do have difficulty is 3 to hit you for the disruptors.
And we have 18 shields.
And you have 18 shields, at least for now.
Yeah, for
So,
now.
boom, boom.
18-inch shields.
So they miss. The first one misses with their. That may hit. That hits. So the other one hits. So they fire. The Jumo's like moving the ship, banging the ship left and right, and the disruptors fire and miss. And then the disruptor cannons hit. Finally, one of them hits for. Let's see. Disruptor cannons are vicious 1. I think it's 11 damage is what they do. Let's just do that. Challenge dice.
Hold on. It said 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
That's
8,
way
9,
more
10,
than
11, 12,
Yeah,
13,
let me do
14,
it
15,
again.
16, 17, 18.
There we go.
That's 11.
That's
So
11.
these are vicious 1. So that's 2, 4,
10.
6, 8, 10. So 10 damage. So shields you get down to 8 shields.
Okay.
All right, now you guys are up.
Okay, well we've gotten what we came here for. We do not need to take care of these people. So Jumo, evasive maneuvers, and let's get out of here. Hopefully we can. Secure brain. Would we be able to outrun these 2 ships? Should we try and hightail out of here now?
It'd be hard. They could choose to chase you, but they'd also be chasing you into Federation space with an entire attack force following after you. Because remember, the Takarian defense force is also flying towards this region.
Number 1, what say you? Should we leave?
Well, the Klingon bird of prey has warp 5.
You guys
It
have
says warp 5 plus.
Yeah, and you guys have warp 8. You could probably outrun it.
Yeah.
Um.
If they don't do anything else.
Yeah, I'm just thinking she would want to kill the Duras. But she also wants to know who the hell these people are, if they really are Klingon or not. But at the same time, she understands that they probably should get out of here.
I mean, how are we looking in terms of the ship? I mean, like, would we be able to take them on? Like, I don't know how to see how much health they have.
One of their shields is entirely down.
Okay.
You know that they're pretty tough. They've got most of them would have, since you've dealt with them before. Mechanically, they each have about 5 resistance, or 5 because they're structure 5. So
Okay.
Bigger than us.
They are warships. Yeah.
yeah.
I would say, Captain, I think that we should leave, but on our way out, we should give that one that shields down a glancing blow.
Okay. In that case, Jumo, set course back to whatever the name of that race space is.
Takaran space.
Yes.
Yeah.
Set course back to Takaran space. And as we do so, let's leave a parting gift for the Duras.
Okay.
And I'm
So-
actually going to use a high yield photon blast to hit them both.
From the aft launcher as we moon them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's gonna first try to get you guys up to warp. He does so easily.
It's Jumo.
Yeah.
It's Jumo time.
Structure con, little cyst. So you will have 4 or 3. I'm sorry. Yeah, 5. No, it's difficulty 0. Yeah. You will have 5 momentum to do this.
I'm going to use the
Like,
high
and
yield.
we're
I
about to-
don't-
Maximum of 3.
It's a new scene.
Yeah,
so use
yeah.
as much
So
as you
I
can.
actually can spend as though 2 momentum have already been spent. So I will actually automatically mark myself up to 4, even though it won't spend momentum. Let's spend a momentum just for the fun of it.
And you're doing areas attacks. You're hitting both of the targets.
Yeah, I'm doing high yield.
If any of them fail because I asked her to fire, she can also reroll because I haven't used my advisor roll yet.
Yep. Go for it.
Yeah. Full spread, maximum yield. So benefits is gets the salvo benefits and devastating attack momentum spend. So I already put that in. So yeah, here I go. I'm gonna roll daring security again with focus because I am ship engagement tactics lady person. I click the button. Just give it a second. And what's the ship's roll?
The ship's roll would be weapon
security.
security. You definitely hit.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
I'm not
just a
screwing
bit.
around with these bastards today. And then
Yeah, you hit a lot.
the salvo gives me. Did it give me that
Many
one?
It gives you
extra die.
additional dice. Yeah, it gives you
Yeah.
additional damage dice. So it gives you additional.
Are we tracking our torpedo complement?
For dramatic
We
sake,
have enough.
you've got plenty.
No.
We have enough.
Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you if you're starting to run out of torpedoes. So
I
high
mean,
yield-
we're dealing with Batch here. I mean, I don't know if she's just going torpedo.
I mean, we definitely have enough to fire 2 salvos.
Yeah.
What we've done so far.
So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5. It doesn't do any damage unless you have piercing or anything else like that.
No, it's just high yield. So the photons have the high yield, so it's
They- so-
extra
So they slam into the one that would has its shields down, but it seems to have no effect. And the other one, its shields ripple as it takes some damage. But you guys warp out of the region, just as you fire. Let's kind of wrap this up here. You guys get a comm from Starfleet, who say, Admiral Hebert calls you up secure. Goes, good work on the torpedo situation.
Is this on the main screen on the bridge? Like, is that where that's coming in?
We're kind of working up a little bit further. This is actually after he's already sent in a report and that kind of stuff. You guys have already kind of been out. He replies back, this is just a one way.
Everything's reset. We're in mid warp, stuff like that.
Yeah, you're heading out. You're just getting out of there.
Okay.
And he says, "Good work on the torpedo situation. This is a one-way subspace communication, so it's just kind of like a video message."
Right.
Unfortunately, the Carians have filed a formal complaint about the destruction of their torpedoes. You're to report back to Carian space and deliver Dr. Jabroni back to his station, and then report back to Narendra Station.
I'm sorry, they filed a complaint about their torpedo being blown up when we were out there explicitly to destroy the torpedo?
So, for dramatic effect, by the way, once things have all settled down, Cole walks into Secur's ready room at some point that he's like there, and just drops a data pad on his table. And
what is
like,
this, Chief?
Sensor readings from the torpedo explosion, and just walks out. Because that's what we wanted. That was the whole point.
Yeah, right. Also, I'm probably person number 2 assigned to that report. So yeah.
Yeah, like there would have been a very terse conversation afterwards while he's like inventorying what he's gonna need to rebuild the Husik.
I'm gonna as Cole then at the end of shift returns to his quarters. There's a bottle of Aldebaran whiskey waiting on his desk in his quarters.
You also
a lot of gratitude.
after you get all of this information, or after you get all this information coming in, you see Jet Sa'ar actually goes to Baj. She kind of corners you and on the way down, like walking down a hallway. She says, "Commander, can I talk with you for a moment?"
Yes.
I said, "Commander, can we talk for you for a moment?"
Commander.
Commander, can we talk to you for a moment?
Yes.
She explains that she thinks that she suspects that Jabrin has something to do with the stolen torpedo.
I would agree.
He is the only one who had contact with. He's the one who had the direct contact. Nobody in the ship even knew. Like she said, I didn't even know what there was a torpedo. We were going to come here for a torpedo until we were already on ready to test the damn thing. Who else would have known about the Klingons or about the torpedo test? How would the Klingons have known this?
Put him in the brig. See how long it takes him to fess up to what the hell is going on. In the meantime, I will contact Klingon High Command.
All right, we're going to cut to you playing Jet Sa'ar for this one, because he's easy to locate. He's very easy to locate. You find him in his science lab, kind of like running over data, and do you approach him to arrest him?
She just approaches him at first with, and she does this thing which is her culture's. Her like she usually shows her open hands to people, to indicate like open heart, open hands, like your friend, but when she comes to him, she has her hands open, but then she closes them into fists. He may not know what that means. Whether he does or not, it's up to you, DM. But
that's pretty universal.
Yeah,
gesture of. You done fucked up.
Yeah, she of course she pulls her phaser off of her hip and she says, "You need to come to the brig with
Do
me."
you mean she says you need to come to the bridge?
I'm not gonna do it every time.
Let's see if I can find this.
She probably does it more on names.
Right.
Because that's how names. That's like her name's Jet Sa'ar.
Right. Right.
It's usually those the like A's and stuff like that are extended.
I understand.
So for him, it would be Dr. Jabrin.
Okay. I'm trying to see what it is, because I'm pretty sure that he is. He's furious with her as she tries to arrest him. And he'll
Kind of doubt he has any choice.
He's actually going to do something really stupid.
Well, he could try. She's a brick house.
And the phaser's set on stun, isn't it?
She probably won't even use the phaser. She'll probably just knock him out.
We should have probably just like transported him like within the ship to the bridge.
Well, when you're on the ship, you try to be a little more.
I mean, transporting also takes up 1 power. I mean, let's not be
Yeah, it does.
I mean, whereas a chokehold it does not.
Okay, so she's going to take a swing.
I'll get her sheet out.
He's going to take a swing at her. Control security. And I'm going to give him security.
Watch how badly this goes for him.
Oh yeah, it's going to go bad for him. It's just how he is. He swings and misses. He just, but she has to get a chance to like block and everything else like that.
Yeah.
So it's an opposed check.
What? Same thing. Security.
Control security.
Control?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's a 2-er. Yeah.
So she blocks. He takes a swing.
She just catches it in her. She just catches it in her fist.
He's like, no, and then just catches it. Now it's her turn. So what does she want to do?
She's just like, while she's holding his fist, she's gonna pocket, like she's gonna put her phaser back in the holster and then just clock him right across the his glass jaw.
Give it to me.
And she does have a very good unarmed strike because she's
Her strong frisbee-like fist.
Knocks him out.
Oh wait, I should roll for her if she even got it. Sorry.
It's a knockdown if you success it.
And it's a vicious 3. Like
it's a vicious
messed
3.
Up.
Okay, she hits, but he might be able to defend.
Yeah, she's going for non-lethal,
Yep, he just nope. So she catches it. She just goes, boom. He just flies off and is unconscious on the ground.
But she just loads him up over her shoulder and carries him to the back.
At this point, I'm in 7 forward, trying to hit on this Bajoran ensign, really cute redhead, and I just feel it, in the ether, and go,
No, it's actually near you. You feel the thud on the wall. He was on his way to the bar.
Just boom. All right. So he takes him to the bridge. What do you do now? She kind of raised you and goes, he's in the bridge. A brig. He's in the brig.
In the meantime, while that happens, Baj would have contacted the high command in the Klingon Empire, like probably the Chancellor himself, or an appropriate person like Martok or anybody that would be appropriate for, like, hey, do you know the Duras are around? That's basically what she wants to tell him.
Okay, you'll get a response back from like you'll what you would have done is probably contacted the
Gowron,
the Klingon general who's in charge of the Narendra station, because he's probably the closest one you have contact with.
Yeah, there you go.
I was gonna drama it up and make.
You want to be like, glory to you.
House. Yeah, but considering Gowron tried to
marry her,
woo her, and she denied him, maybe this could create some potentially saucy Klingon tension.
I don't think I could do 2 episodes of Baj getting hit on by.
I'm still getting texts from that Ferengi guy. I'm just saying,
you go to contact the general and you see another text being like thinking of you, and it's just him half naked like leaning down,
right there.
full in oil.
No. We're good.
Signed, your rock.
Yes.
Yeah, but she contacts the general and she says, General, Klingon name that I don't know at the moment.
General
Pamach.
Pamach. I'll just say that.
General Pamach. Are you aware that the Duras were in the system recently?
The Duras.
The Duras.
Those traitors are still around?
They took out one of their ships. They
I will-
stole something that they shouldn't have, and it appeared that they were taking it to, of course, the Romulan Star Empire.
No, but I will forward this message on to Gowron and the High Council. They would like to know that the Duras are still around. Last reports we had of Duras was with the Enterprise.
The
Are they
battle
still in
was
Red Alert,
glorious.
by the way?
Oh, probably not at this point.
No.
I just tell him. And then I recount the battle to him for because that's Klingon stuff, honor. That way he has a good
Stealthy.
story to tell High Command.
Stand down from Blue Alert.
And then I tell him at the end, I say, let Gowron know that Baaj of House Koloth sends her regards. And today was a good day to die for Duras. Baaj out.
Okay.
Today's
what do you
a
guys-
good day to pie for Baaj.
What are you guys going to do with Jabrin in your?
Yeah, now she goes and deals with that after she's been in conflict. I figure that wraps up right when Jets and then Jets. And on her way, she
Contacts.
Baaj to Captain, will you meet me in the bridge, please?
You mean Brig?
Brig, and will you bring Anarin with you? He may be useful.
Very well, number one. Enarin,
Baaj out.
secure out.
At the same time that time. We're getting better at this.
If two people close comms at the same time, who hears the dial tone?
It cancels. But yeah, and then I meet him in the brig and all that. With the...
I'm gonna reluctantly leave the Bajoran redhead at 7 forward and join them at the brig.
So as you're leaving the Jordan Redhead, she goes, "Whew, thank God." Saved by the calm.
Fuck you, Paul. Fuck you. Didn't even let me roll whether I was actually doing well or not. So you just decided I was
There's girls
bombing.
there. I want to do
Do
them.
that. You've already said
Her
that you're.
DC was far too high.
It is my duty to cock block Dal. But yeah, no, I meet them, and once they get there, I just explain. Jetzar brought it up to me that we may have reason to believe that that Dr. Jabrina had something to do with what had transpired before. He was the only contact we had with the Tavaran people. Perhaps before we arrive, we can get him to come clean about whatever the hell is going on, because their little outburst earlier doesn't add up when they know that he was aboard our ship, or did they know?
That is a good point, number one. Very well. Let us see.
And Naren, you will be useful in determining anything that may not meet the eye of a Klingon.
Very well. I guess since Lieutenant Terzi is not around, I could lend a hand.
And then I tell Jetsar, I'm like, I will be bad Klingon, you be good Klingon.
I'll be background Klingon.
And then yeah.
Okay, so give me a. You guys come in.
Yeah, and I have
What are you guys gonna do? Just tell me what you guys do when you guys
I'm
walk
gonna
into
let
the bridge.
Jetsar open up the line of questioning.
Okay.
And she is basically going to say, Dr. Jabrina, you have acted quite suspiciously during the entirety of this mission. And not to mention the reaction of your people when things happen. If you have dealings with the Romulan Star Empire in any capacity, this is now the time to come clean. And then I guess, does she need to roll something like a presence?
Presence security for this.
Yeah, and of course, Baj will chime in with an assist to say, yes, it is time to come clean, or face
And-
consequences of the Federation. And the
I'm
Klingon
guessing I
Empire.
also assist at the same time, or am I waiting
You can assist
for a
because-
specific.
because you're also trying to tap in. So
Yeah, I am, and I'm guessing inside security for them. For
inside
me?
security for this, yeah.
So it was inside security all across the board, or presence. Presence. Was it presence command for Jetsar and
Presence command for Jetsar, or for presence security for Jetsar.
Okay, and then presence, and I'm gonna go with presence command for Baj. So there's a 1 right there, and then there's a 2 there. So there's that, and there's that. I rolled them both. Give them a second. Well, there we go. Got at least 1 success between us.
2 successes.
Okay. He is. He just starts demanding to see. Is like, I am a citizen of Takara. I demand my legal counsel, and if I'm being held in Federation court, then I definitely know I have my rights. You have nothing on me. I was working with the Federation. What else would I need to do about the Romulans? Now he is a terrible liar, Anaran, and you can tell.
And
that
I can
he
tell
is-
he's being overly defensive about all this.
Yeah.
I
Very
will.
much so.
Yeah, I will communicate this to Baj.
Yeah.
Telepathically or like in.
Yes, telepathically. I'm not opening my mouth at all in this
Yeah.
scene. It's all telepathy.
And then I'm going to tell him as Baj, and that's when I'm going to step in more prominently and say, "We have the data readings. We do not have to give them to you. The choice
me
is
a-
yours.
A presence.
The
command
Federation
check.
takes this technology on its own and begins to develop it on its own, or you get to eventually make money doing it for yourself. We are not... It is within our rights to keep what sensor readings and not share them with you. So, you have a choice." And he needed that data, so that's where she's playing that.
Yeah, give me a.
Presence
Give me.
command.
Yeah, presence command for this one.
And I'm going to... We don't have any momentum in this scene, do we?
No, it's a new scene.
This is a new one, yeah. Although, how much did we need for the previous check?
You needed. I was gonna keep it a little secret because you would have needed. You would have needed a 3. So, but because you're doing telepathy, he's like you don't believe he's lying, but you can tell he's lying because of your telepathy.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then I'm going to have Jet assist again, just as like an observer of this. So where is she? I'm gonna roll Baj first, and then Jet. Jet, where are you, girl? There you are, honey. And then for her, present security. Did a new one go through yet? 1. Here comes her second one. So Darj rolled 1. No, wait, that's okay.
I didn't roll
That's
anything
2.
this time around. So
This
that's
would be a
2
2
for-
anyways for this one.
Yeah. I don't think I'm involved in this one.
Okay, so he finally goes. I stole it. Okay.
As I suspected. As we suspected. Come clean about the whole thing. Tell us what happened.
It wasn't my fault. I bought it from a passing Ferengi trader. Okay.
What was his name?
Stole
Rock?
it or bought it?
Ugh, Rock. At this point, Baj actually punches. She actually like slams her fist on the table that I assume is in
Or the force
interrogation
field.
room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll damage on the.
Do it.
I'm not even gonna roll because I hit it. I mean, come on, I don't need to roll to hit a table.
You don't need to roll to hit the table, but you're also gonna have to do. Oh yeah, you're tough. You're a Klingon. It'll be okay.
I can hit a table.
So did he buy it or did he steal it? The table.
You just
I knocked
break
the
the
table
table.
down.
Christ.
Yeah.
It splits down the middle. I like to think it caused a crack, and then it just was like pop.
Okay, so
Well, they are glass tops, so it just shatters.
shatters. Yeah. So let me explain. This Ferengi captain named Rock said that he could get me a microsingularity. I've been working on a quantum torpedo project for many years. I needed a breakthrough, and he got it for me. I paid for it, but I know he stole it. I don't know why the Klingons were involved.
The Duras are always
can I see if
involved
he's
in
lying or
problems.
not?
He's not lying.
He's not lying. Okay.
Yeah.
So who did Rock steal it from? The
The
Duras? The Romulans? Yeah.
That would be the million credit question.
The Duras were
Million
like
Latinum.
in cahoots to retrieve what was stolen.
Or just tasked with. We don't know how high or low.
He
Something
stands.
was-
He stands up as you guys are kind of talking, kind of adjusts himself. Says, "Captain, I have all of the data here. I know how to make this torpedo again. If you give me asylum in the Federation, I will work for you, for your people, and build you another torpedo. I cannot go back to Takara."
Doctor, that is not a bargaining chip. We have
Although
all the
I am
data as
intrigued,
well.
can you create? Do you have the knowledge to create a microsingularity to power this torpedo?
I think I do. I've studied it enough that I think I can create a microsingularity.
This part I do not care about.
I
should.
do. Can I just?
Try to steal it from his brain?
Yeah.
Give
Not,
me...
not intentionally. I think like my ambition and inquisitiveness just instinctively just
Yeah.
starts probing.
Okay. Give me a daring insight check. Let's do the same things.
No,
Insight.
no, it can't be. It's either daring or insight.
So it's either daring or insight, and give me security.
Okay, insight and security.
Difficulty 5.
Jesus fucking Christ! That's definitely not happening. Because
Yeah.
why should I even roll? Because I
I'll
don't have the momentum.
Yeah, it's true. I didn't know if you guys had momentum or not. So, but
No, we have 0. No scene.
Yeah. So
Well, no, I mean we had successes. Did we not?
you had some successes, but you guys barely made them. So you would have had it.
Yeah.
He
I mean,
is-
this is.
If you're getting greedy about it, he would immediately be like, "Oh, I can feel someone's in my brain, trying to steal
I've
my
been
information."
I've been in his brain all this time, but
Yeah, but you've been
like,
passively reading his emotions. This is like difference between like passively picking up emotions and being like,
Yeah,
what's
true.
in here now? You know, the difference between
I would
smelling
like
the cookies
to-
and grabbing them.
I would like to spend a momentum to use cold reading because that's my talent to essentially basically find out a piece of information.
You don't
from
have
this
any momentum
person.
right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to, in that case, cry.
Give me a command.
You're a
Presence.
Vulcan.
Internally, Darge, internally.
You can mind meld with them if you want to, but
No, I do not.
No,
want to touch
that
the
would be
person.
very much against
Yeah.
any sort of Star
Uh,
Trek.
presence-
That would be assault.
give me a
Present.
presence command. Yeah, for this. You're trying to get more information out of
Okay.
them.
Yes. Difficulty. I will, however, say to them that. Okay, no. I'll do this first. Okay, so task roll what?
Task roll 2. So it's
Okay.
difficulty 2.
We'll press the roll button. Let's see what happens.
And see if it happens. Hey, it's 3 successes. So,
All right, and I would like to spend that talent
Momentum.
momentum. Yeah.
So you can get more information. Okay, so what do you want to know?
Yes, please. I just want to know if they're lying or not.
He's
about
not lying.
Okay. Well, in that case, I say, number 1, I believe we have all the information we can get out of this person for now. Doctor, if what you have said is true, then this will weigh heavily in your judgment. We'll leave you here for now, and we'll let you know later exactly what is to come of you. Should you comply,
He
do
cuts
not
in and
thank
goes,
me yet.
He cuts in and goes, I can't go back to Takara. They'll arrest me.
All right.
He
So-
did breach several Starfleet regulations. he
Yeah, but he's not
should be
Starfleet.
tried under Starfleet Court of Law.
That is true, which is why I am now going to go to my ready room and calm the Admiral and ask
Oh, you're
him
supposed
what
to.
he thinks I should do, because this kind of
Yeah,
goes
what
to the
is-
top.
What does High Command want?
So, in my ready room with my first officer with me, I calm Admiral Hebert and ask, and I calm Admiral Hebert.
Okay, so you call him. He picks up and goes, Hebert here.
Admiral, Kapla, Admiral, we have come to a head with our investigation with the quantum missile. We have detonated the quantum missile that the Klingons had tried to steal,
Yes.
thus satisfying that part of our mission. However, we are now at an impasse because the Takaran doctor who created the missile is now in our custody after trying to sell the missile and its schematics to the Klingon and Romulan alliance with the Duras. I am calling you to ask what you would advise at this time. Should we relieve Dr. Takaran, Dr. Person, to
Dr. Jabena.
Doctor your dinner to the Takarans, or should we take them back to Station 364?
He has asked for asylum, Adam.
He has requested for asylum.
Are you there?
Yes.
He is with me. Yeah.
He goes, well, the Romulans didn't get their handle on it, and if he goes back, he said he might be in trouble with the local officials. If he's requested asylum, we could use the technology. He knows how to build it.
And he has promised to build it again.
Then yes, if you'll bring him back to Starbase instead of bring him to Takara, we'll let Takara know that he has requested asylum in the Federation.
I will let Jumo know to reroute course, and I step out.
Very well, number one. Secure out, Admiral.
All right.
And then I, of course, inform Jumo of the change, and we just straight for.
And you head back to the Starbase, and we're gonna fade out. End of episode.
I go back to 7 Forward and see if that redhead's still there.
She's there, but she's with all her friends.
If there are any
damn
redheads
it.
there,
I wanna do.
No! I'm just gonna sit at the bar and,
Skulk.
yeah, I guess.
Stare from across the room.
Well,
No, I'm not gonna stare. I'm gonna stare in the bottom of my glass because apparently I bombed, according to Paul.
We'll bring it up next episode. Next episode we'll have Dahl trying to hit on the redhead again and see if it.
Baj
see how it
eventually
works.
arrives and says, "I have much to teach you about women."
Next
I'm
episode
willing
we
to
see.
I'm willing to take all the tutoring I can get.
Next episode we have a Narin biting the face of a redheaded Bajoran as a sign of.
Hey, maybe she's into it.
He Mike Tyson's at earring.
Good episode, though. Good episode.
Yeah.
Times.
So there was actually I had everything set up. So if you guys.